This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. And Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health. Good evening and welcome to Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium on the campus of Shelton High School in Shelton, Washington. Tonight, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, kicks off the 2022 high school football season with the 10th Mason County Cup, the battle for the axe between the North Mason Bulldogs and the Shelton Highclimbers. My name is Diedrich Allen, and joining me for tonight's broadcast are Jerry Apple and Cheryl Williams. Shelton leads the series with North Mason 5 wins to 4. The teams did not play last season, and the Highclimbers won the last meeting on March 12, 2021 by a score of 45-6. The Bulldogs won the previous 3 Mason County Cups, shutting out the Climbers 20-0 in 2019, winning 35-14 in 2018, and 21-12 in 2017. Shelton took the game in 2016, 48-7, won 35-21 in 2015, and 28-21 in 2014. The Bulldogs got their first win over the Highclimbers in 2013, 20-10, while Shelton won the inaugural Mason County Cup in 2012, 54-24. Last season, Shelton finished 4-6 overall, 3-3 in the 2A Evergreen Conference, just missing the playoffs after a tiebreaker for third place with Rochester and Aberdeen. North Mason went 1-6 a year ago, having many of their games canceled due to COVID-19. Coming up, we talk with Highclimbers head coach Mark Smith. Kickoff is also minutes away. It's the 10th Mason County Cup, the battle for the axe between the North Mason Bulldogs and the Shelton Highclimbers on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. High school football season is upon us, and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has a dozen games on its broadcast schedule. 10 featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and at least 3 with the North Mason Bulldogs. Business owners, you can show your support for student athletes by becoming a broadcast sponsor. We have 3 levels of sponsorship that will put your business in front of our viewers. So email, call, or text right now, and you can be in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events, connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources, and connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Welcome back to Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. Diedrich Allen here, just ahead of the North Mason Bulldogs taking on the Shelton Highclimbers in the 10th Mason County Cup, the battle for the axe. And it is now time to talk with the coach. This morning I had a phone conversation with Shelton headman Mark Smith.
Tell me about your team this year. Who do you have returning? Well, we've got a good nucleus. We got one of our larger senior classes that we've had in the last couple of years with us this year, and we got seniors at basically every position that have some starting experience. On that offensive line, we got a 3-year starter at center in Logan West. And we got a 3-year starter and team captain in Ian Wilsbach. That makes it really, really nice when you got 2 guys right there. One of them's the captain. And then we got some guys that have some experience there as well. So feel real good about the O-line. At wide receiver, we got our leading receiver coming back, and Dante Kickoff, who's a senior. And then, the second leading receiver, and Gabe, who led our team in yards per catch. And so feel real good about where we're at there at wide receiver. Got our quarterback back, he's a 2.5-year starter, and so feel good about where we're at there. Running backs, we got our starter back from the top two running backs back from last year, plus we got the Gilman kid back who ended up breaking his ankle, before the season ever got going really last year. So we're really healthy at running back. So feel real good about our offense there. Last year we messed around moving Brad Tiller to our tight end position, and that kind of got us some extra athleticism out there, and another weapon for us to use in not only blocking but also receiving and also running the football. So when you got a kid that can block, a kid that can catch, and a kid that can run it, it really adds to the dynamic of your offense. So we feel really good about that. Moving on to defense, I really think our D-line is going to be the strength of our defense this year. We have basically Blaze Andrews, obviously first-team kid returning last year that anchored our D-line last year. He's returning. And then we have Jerome Gooley, who is a real good technician, who's returning. And then we have Daniel Tausa, who we moved from the O-line to the B-line. Give us another strong body, big body in there. And then Journey Bear, he's 6'4" basketball kid who played last year, has kind of really come into his own this offseason, feels confident about himself. He'll be another defensive end for us in there. So we like where we're at there on the defensive line. Linebackers probably our greenest group out there. We've got a sophomore in Hunter Left, who's taken Tiller's spot at that middle linebacker after Tiller anchored that for the last 2 years. But he's shown some flashes of getting it. We've got Mario Boxley, who was an starting offensive lineman for us last year, who ended up being a really high-level competitive wrestler for us last year at the high school, who dropped some weight. So he's at linebacker. And then our holdover from last year is Carter Whitney, who played last year. So we only have one of the 3 that have any Friday night starting experience whatsoever there. So that's probably our greenest group. And then in our secondary, obviously you start off with Brad Ellington, right? I mean, Brad that was up for Defensive Player of the Year in the league last year. Everything starts and ends with him, basically in our football program. He's really good. So whether he's got the ball in his hands on offense running it, whether he's got the ball in his hands returning the kick or a punt, or whether he's coming downhill and tackling somebody, or whether he's going to pick a ball off. So he can impact the game in a lot of different ways. So feel real good about that. Beside him are going to be 2 newcomers. It's kind of a rotation of guys there between Gavin Ricker, Brendan Kaiser, Andrew Elton, Brad's younger brother, Logan Peach, Ben Morford. So there's a group of guys there that's competing for those 2 spots. We'll see how that all shakes out. And then we have Cam Heising back at one corner that is playing at a really good high level. And then probably our most improved player on defense is Phoenix Olashea. He has really had a great camp and has come a long ways and is playing at a high level. So that's where we're at defensively. Special teams, we got our all-league kicker back, Brendan Kaiser. So he'll be handling our PAT and field goal and kickoff duties. And then Mason Goose will be handling our punt duties here early in the season. We'll see how that goes.
So on last Saturday, you had a little jamboree up there at North Kitsap. What did you see out of your team when you got to see them against somebody other than yourself?
Not a whole lot. I didn't plan on going an hour and 25 minutes to go play two-hand touch and not get after it a little bit, So that was a little disappointing. I get it. Everybody wants to stay healthy, but at some point in time, you got to hit somebody, And I thought that most jamborees I've ever been to, you have a quick whistle on the quarterback, but everything else, let's go get it. Let's go get after it. So it was kind of one of those ho-hum deals. We showed up in full pads, and there was teams there in shorts. And I was like, what? Really? How's that working? So it was really like a glorified practice, and our practices were more physical than that's jamboree. So I didn't see much. Obviously we didn't, you ran 10 plays with your starters, then you ran another 10 plays with your backups, and then that game was over, then you ran another 10 plays. So, sometimes it takes 20 plays to get going, and when you only got 10 plays in a game, you got no spread. This is what I saw. I saw our O-line and D-line not get shoved around. But I didn't see us run the ball downhill very well in that scrimmage. I was a little disappointed in our downhill inside run game. I thought we'd be a little better there. But it's hard to tell because as soon as anybody got close to anybody, there was whistles blowing. So you don't really know if the kid was tackled or, he didn't really go to the ground. Maybe he got 5 yards, but they said he was touched at 3, right? Or touched at 1. And maybe he would have gotten 2 or 3 more yards. So you never know. Consistency, flow. I was a little disappointed in our consistency, flow on offense, trying to get in momentum. The big thing is getting that first down and getting started, right? Mm-hmm. Once you get it started, it's got a chance to go. But if you don't ever get started, it's not going to go. It's like any piece of machinery in America, right? It's not going to go if you don't get it started. Well, in football, to get your offense going, you got to get a first down, right? That gets you started. That gets you going. So we're looking to get off to a quick start and get a first down, right? Let's get started. Let's not go 3 and out right off the bat. I kind of felt like we never really got started offensively. Defensively, I think we gave up 1 or 2 scores the whole night. Most of those, one of those was on a pass play over the head, and the other one I think was on a pass play. So we didn't give up much yards rushing. I thought our run defense played pretty good, but we got to get better at giving up the big play in the secondary. I thought our pursuit was pretty good. When I went back and watched film, I thought the pursuit was pretty good. And I thought offensively we caught the ball well. We played catch. We caught the ball well. And we kicked 1 extra point in that scrimmage after we scored, and we made it. So that was positive, I guess. But that's about it. I guess the other thing is we got out of there healthy. Nobody got hurt, so that was good.
Right. So tonight you get to do it for real with North Mason coming in. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Well, I don't know much because we didn't play them last year. There's a couple kids that are still there from 2 years ago when we played them at our place. They've got some kids returning. The quarterback's back. The running back's back. The fullback is back. The receiver's back. They got a couple offensive linemen back. So they got quite a few kids back from last year. What they don't have is their head coach. So they got a new head coach. So how much is going to change, right? Now, their coach was in their program as their offensive coordinator. So maybe that offense is going to stay the same. Maybe the old head coach handcuffed him a little bit and didn't let him do some things that maybe he wanted to do if he was the head coach. I don't know. So what I saw at the scrimmage, based on what I thought I was going to see, was a little bit different. I thought I was going to see more shotgun spread stuff, and I didn't see any of that. Basically, I saw maybe one play of that, and that was the last play of a series. Otherwise, I saw under center, two back, 21 personnel. So that's a little different than what it's not surprising to me, but that's not what they were so much. So, I think what we're going to see is they're going to try to establish two in the run game. I think they're going to try to use some play action off that run game to get the ball to their tight end. And then their deep threat is 7. And so that's where I think they're going to go offensively. They're gonna hit you with 4 in the quick run game and the dive trap stuff. Their fullback. So, last time we played a team that ran the ball quick, did the quick hitters. That was Centralia on trap, and it took us a whole quarter to figure out trap. I think he had about 100 yards on trap because it hit so dang quick, and we hadn't seen many teams that just run trap. Most people are running power and counter and ISO and toss and sweep. The trap's kind of a lost art play. People don't run a lot because a lot of people don't have fullbacks. A lot of people aren't under center. So
right.
Anyway, we don't see it a lot in practice. We don't run a true fullback trap. So when you don't see it, you get hit with it. It's going to be one of those things that you got to adjust to. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to establish their fullback 2 inside if we start having some success stopping 2. Defensively, they're going to be an odd front. They're going to be a 3-3 stack team. They're going to play their outside safeties or backers down, so it's really going to look like a 3-5-3. They're going to be a cover 3 team in the secondary, from what we could tell. They're not going to, good luck trying to get them out of it. I think they're going to stick in it. So, it's going to be, they're going to have those 3 stacks inside. That's going to be a 6-man box. That's going to be, it's going to be tough to run against those 3 stacks inside. And then you got those 2 outside linebackers. So it's like having 3 down linemen and 5 linebackers sitting within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So we're going to have to try to loosen that up a little bit and to establish that run game. We're going to have to read some people and try to make them wrong in the run game. And we're going to be a little bit short-handed here tonight with that. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments between the 2 staffs without really having any game film to go off of from this year, right? I mean, right. Every year it's a different team. So we never exchanged film. We didn't exchange scrimmage film with them. They didn't exchange scrimmage film with us. Now maybe they got the film, I don't know. So it's going to be kind of like, okay, here we go. It's going to be old school football. 2 teams are going to show up, and one team is going to win, one team is going to lose.
That's Shelton football coach Mark Smith as his Highclimbers get ready to face the Bulldogs in the 10th Mason County Cup. The battle for the axe is coming up next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
Well, good evening once again. We are up at the top of the stands at Jack Stark Field in Highclimber Stadium. I'm sorry, Jerry's looking at me. We have a new voice on our broadcast, Cheryl Williams, at the end of the table. You can't see her. But she's here. She's going to help us out for the game. We'll see how things go with Cheryl and her unique perspective. Let's just put it that way. She has a unique perspective on everything, and we'll see what she has on the Highclimbers.
That's right.
And of course, there's Jerry Apple. Jerry, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
We're here ready for some football, and we've got some. Well, the teams are heading out for the toss of the coin. That is.
Yep.
Number 43 is Brad Tiller. Is that right, Jerry?
Yes, and he's not playing tonight.
That's for whatever reason that wasn't explained to us, and that's none of our business, to be honest. But he's not in the lineup, and that'll be a loss for the Highclimbers.
Your captains tonight for the Highclimbers is number 22, Bradley Ellington, number 45, Mario Boxley, number 50, Ian Rosback, and of course Tiller, Brad.
Now to flip the coin here on the Bulldogs, they are without Stephen Netherland. There goes my phone. Thank you, sir. That's just my monitor. It's all right. Yeah, he was injured in the jamboree. I didn't see the play. I did see him, the aftermath of the injury where they attended to him, and he was on crutches for the rest of the night. Talked to his father on Tuesday. He said they were having an MRI. I don't know anything else beyond that.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay. And if you see a number 4 out there, I don't see him on the sideline, so he's probably not going to be in the lineup tonight. And we're, and Commissioner Netherland is his father, and he said it's really bad. It's really sad because he really loves football.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. So what happened here on the coin flip? It looks like the Highclimbers won the toss and deferred, so the Bulldogs will get the ball first to start this game, and we'll get to that in just a moment. if you look at the screen and you see in the upper right-hand corner the clock, it'll be bouncing around. That's the wind moving it around. That's kind of weird. Forgot about the wind that swirls around and blows right from the north across our faces.
Yeah.
And it's always fun.
Most of the time, the team that wins the toss defers to the second half to receive.
Okay, so why would you defer? Why would you do that strategically?
Well, it's just you see what the other team has first, and it gives you momentum. The idea, in my opinion, is to score at the end of the first half and then take the momentum in the third quarter to start. That's the idea.
Okay.
Now I'm going to flip the coin on that again. I'm flipping the coin tonight. The late Lim Elway told me, always defer. However, years ago, Lim and I did a playoff game between North Mason and River Ridge. Or was it River Ridge? I can't remember exactly what it was. And he took the ball to because he didn't think he would get another shot at the ball. We're going to stand for the national anthem. We will take a timeout. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. High school football season is upon us, and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has a dozen games on its broadcast schedule. 10 featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and at least 3 with the North Mason Bulldogs. Business owners, you can show your support for student athletes by becoming a broadcast sponsor. We have 3 levels of sponsorship that will put your business in front of our viewers. So email, call, or text right now, and you can be in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And we're back here at Jack Stark Field. Diedrich Allen, Jerry Apple, Cheryl Williams with you tonight. I'm almost at the top of the stands at Highclimbers Stadium, our usual broadcast spot, right behind the reserve seating of all the parents. And then we block the kids and play people behind us, but you know, we get here first. We get the premium seats, right?
That's right.
Jerry had something to say.
We got a great crowd from Shelton here tonight. They almost filled the stands. The North Mason fans are on the other side, just behind the visiting North Mason Bulldogs. And this is the Battle of the Axe tonight.
Yep, the Mason County Cup. Highclimbers have won 5 of the previous 9 games. They won the last one. Excuse me, won the last one. And you know, they've gone in spurts if you look at the past. I mean, it's been 3 for the North Mason Bulldogs, 3 for the Highclimbers. Shelton won the first one. North Mason got it back. Then it was Shelton for 3, and then it was 3 for North Mason.
Yeah.
And Shelton got it back. So it's an interesting rivalry that was created in 2012, because before that, nobody could remember the 2 teams playing except for maybe in a jamboree in the 80s.
Yeah, in the years that I announced, I don't remember that tradition before 2012.
Right.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, it was brought in. It was a great addition. So the Highclimbers will be in the red jerseys, black pants with a black helmet, and of course the S with the axe in it. Bulldogs wearing all white, blue numbers, blue helmets. I don't know if they do have the Bulldog emblem on there or not. I don't think they actually do. They used to, but they don't now.
really enjoyed working with Cheryl Williams at Forest Festival. She was great. I loved working with her. So nice to have her tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
So Brendan Kaiser has it teed up at the 40 for the Highclimbers. Back deep, you have Simons, and I believe it's Filer. High short kick. Simons will take it to 15. Take it to the outside. Gets to 25. Turns it up to 30. To the 40. Down the sidelines to 50. Cross midfield and run out of bounds about the Highclimber 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. So a good start off.
Yeah, a 45-yard kickoff, but a very nice return of about 35 yards for North Mason.
Well, they're going to put it back on the Bulldog side of the 50. And they put it on the 49. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs there.
Okay, 34 yards.
So Mackay McIntyre will be the quarterback. He'll go under center. The Bulldogs, we noticed, ran everything out of the eye. At the top of the eye, and getting the handoff will be Simons. Simons almost caught in the backfield, but then Ellison right there to knock him down. No gain on the run, first run from scrimmage. Yeah, Bradley Elton with the tackle, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
What's interesting, Bradley Ellington was all conference last year for the Highclimbers and was their leading tackler.
And his younger brother's out there too.
Yeah, Andrew?
Yes, I believe he's out there. He's on the team. So 2nd and 10 from the eye for the Bulldogs at their own 49. Split wide, one on each side. Hand off to the fullback this time in a little stutter step by Woody Topolo. Got, looks like 3, Jerry. Straight up the middle off that stutter step.
That's a very sports-minded family.
Oh, the Topolos, wow, they are a family full of athletes up there in Belfair. Again, the I formation under center goes McIntyre. 3rd and 7. Back to pass he goes. He's going to scramble, stop, now throw deep down the middle. There should be a collision out there, and a flag goes flying. It was intended for, I believe, number 11. And that is Cole McCormick, the intended target. 3 Highclimbers, maybe 4 in there around the defense. Feet got tangled up. There's the foul and the flag, and that'll be 15 yards and 1st down for North Mason.
Diedrich, what is, if your viewers can look at the screen, what is the circle that is around the S on the 50-yard line?
Well, it's a multi-purpose field, and that's for soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the yellow, you see the yellow outline and yellow boxes. That's all for soccer.
Okay.
You go up to North Mason and you'll see 3, maybe 4 different lines out there. Go ahead.
Looks like pass interference against the Highclimbers.
So they're gonna, where are they gonna mark this off?
It's pass interference.
Now they're gonna mark it off on the Bulldogs. Now the first game for the referees too. He's going the wrong way.
They need to learn to work together.
Oh, okay.
He was going the wrong way. So it's a 15-yard penalty, as I said before. Puts the ball all the way up to the Highclimber 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason. Opening possession of this ball game. So we didn't see a whole lot of passing in the jamboree
for
North Mason.
No, we did not.
A couple of passes, but seen a little bit more. Here's the eye again. McIntyre under center. Delayed handoff to Simons. Simons fighting his way. He might have got to the 30, Jerry. Nope, they're going to make it to the 31. Give him 2 yards on the carry. And a 2nd and 8. Trying to find a hole in that defensive line of the Highclimbers.
Yeah. So that's the 2nd carry by Simon.
So 2nd and 8 from the 31. Clock is running, approaching 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Let's not knock that over again, Jerry.
Okay.
This is going to be a full house of backfield with McIntyre still under center. 2 backs right behind him, and Simon is going to be the single setback. He'll try to break it outside. Still trying to get by the sure tackle of Cameron Heising. Short gain there, a lot of running though.
Pick up of maybe 2.
Well, they mark it at the 29, need to get up to the 23.
A nice open field tackle by Heising, Cameron, number 36.
Got the wind blowing in our ears, folks.
Okay, an open field tackle. Can you quickly explain that?
Yeah. If he hadn't made the tackle, number 2 could have gone for a long ways, maybe touchdown.
Okay.
So kind of like a last person.
The last one.
Same formation this time, and they almost get to McIntyre, and then down the ball comes out. Are they going to call him down, or is it a fumble? The ball came out, and it looks like it was Daniel Tausa knocked him down. They're not going to give the fumble, it doesn't look like. Puts the ball back at the 36-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 13 for the Bulldogs, and they're going to go for it.
You and Lorna spoke at exactly the same time.
Did we?
Yeah, it was unreal.
We're thinking the same. That's scary.
Yeah.
McCormick in motion. McIntyre looking for somebody to pass. Pulls it down. He's got a lot of field to run. Gets knocked down right at the first down marker. Heising in there on the tackle. I think that might be enough for a first down. Let's see. Depends on the spot.
Yeah. Looks like it could be just a little.
It's a first down.
Okay.
Right at the 23. That's where they needed to get on the other side of it.
On that one?
That was McIntyre, the quarterback.
Okay, thank you.
So they call it 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line, right where you needed to go. Opening drive for the Bulldogs.
Nice gain on that by McIntyre, about 14 yards. Longest run for North Mason.
Here's McCormick in motion again. Hand off to Tupolo up the middle. And he'll get about 2.5, maybe 3, depends on the spot, Jerry. Looks like we're going to put it at the 20.
Taking the runner down. Gain up, looks like 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Pickup of 3.
This time Filer will come to the near side. McCormick goes to the wide to the far side. Tupolo, the up back. I can't quite see who the running back is. He's got some long hair. The pitch to him coming his way. He'll cut it up the seam and get hammered down. I think that's number 33 on the carry. And that's Xavier. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's Avery Baleen on the carry. Sorry, I'm looking at a very tiny print, Jerry.
Gain of about 3 on the play.
Looks like 3rd and about 4. Well, 5. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
I'd say 4.
Short 5, long 4. Same double up backs. And it looks like number 33 is...
Sounds like there's a whistle.
There's a whistle. You got that right. We're going to have a timeout on the field, I believe. I'll keep it right here. Every Friday, MasonWebTV.com provides helpful driving tips with the Wise Drive, a weekly column by Doug Dahl, a Target Zero manager for the Washington Traffic Safety Commission, and a self-confessed traffic safety nerd. The Wise Drive is like Dear Abby, but for driving. The column is primarily driven by reader questions, but also covers current traffic safety issues. The Wise Drive appears in numerous newspapers in Washington and is posted to MasonWebTV.com every Friday. The new column, Jerry?
Yeah.
About turns on a right arrow.
Yeah, a red arrow and a red light mean
right
the
arrow,
same thing.
Right.
Yes, you can make a right turn on a red arrow.
You can make a right turn on a red arrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Read the column. It's very enlightening.
Okay, I will. I love when the Tacoma News Tribune used to have the drivers' columns in there. Very good.
Well, Doug's a really great guy. I think he's a nice guy to talk to. Jerry knows him well.
Yeah. Works for the Washington Traffic Safety Commission.
Okay. And he is a nerd, isn't he?
He's a
traffic nerd.
Traffic nerd, yes. 3rd down 5 for the Bulldogs. Ball is on the 18-yard line. Under center goes McIntyre's at full house backfield. Back to pass goes McIntyre, throws over the middle, and he sneaks it in there. Is it complete? It is complete. And that's Filer on the reception inside the 5. Gary, he just kind of fell down with the ball in his lap.
What number is that?
Number 7.
Okay.
Actually, on my roster, he's number 6, but he's number 7. So it's 1st and goal for North Mason. Down at the 3. Filer goes wide to the near side. It's going around the right side, or sorry, the left side. He gets in for, did he get in? Still waiting for a signal. Did he get in there? There's no signal. The Bulldogs, there it is. There it is. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And North Mason strikes first. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. North Mason's on the board.
Diedrich, do they have that rule in high school football where you can kick for an extra 2 points?
Got to run for the 2 points.
Run for 2 points, right? Okay.
But it looks like they're going to kick it.
Carson will go on to take the extra point for the Bulldogs.
How many yards is that touchdown run?
3.
3.
The point after attempt coming. Snap a little high, it's off. And the ball pokes free, and that'll be the end of that play. So they try.
It's no good.
Yeah, the try fails. But the Bulldogs get on the board first. They lead 6-0 at 5:18 to go. First quarter, we'll be right back. Back here at Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium in Shelton. North Mason strikes first on their opening drive. They go, what was it, 51 yards, excuse me.
Yeah, 51 yards.
And they hit the end zone, and they have a 6-0 lead. Jerry, you have anything to add while I make a note?
Well, it was 10 plays altogether. 2 of them by air, the other 8 by running. Unfortunately, what helped North Mason on that was that interference call.
Right.
And that put them in pretty good shape to score. That penalty really hurt the Highclimbers.
So Avery Baleen.
And that was about a 7-minute drive.
Right. Has it teed up at the 40 for the Bulldogs. Back deep is Ellington and Trykov, I believe. And the ball falls off the tee. Interesting, Jerry. We get the wind in our face from the north. And
look at the fly.
Oh, I know, the fly. It swirls. We talk about the swirling. It comes from the north, but it's actually coming out of the south. Knocked over the football. Here's the run up and the kick. High and short. Elton bobbled it at the 20. He'll gather it up and run up the middle and knock down a nice tackle. The kicker in there, as well as Simon for that tackle up to the 34. You don't like to get tackled by the kicker, Jerry.
Yeah. 9-yard return by Ellington.
So the Highclimbers will start out with their first possession on their own 33-yard line. Mason Goose comes out at quarterback. It's like a 3-receiver set, and Jaden Fuller, the back, will go out of the gun. Receivers will be bunched up here on the seam. You've got Menifee, Kickoff, and Cordova in that 3-man package. Back to pass, quick little dump off to Kickoff. He's got blockers. He'll get around one blocker up the sideline and bang over a guy at the 45-yard line. However, there's a flag right there.
If the penalty goes against North Mason, it'll be a 20-yard pass play. But I think it's going to be called back.
I didn't see who got the tackle, guys.
Or it could be holding, and it'll be from the point of the penalty.
Right, 10 yards from there. So 10 yards from the 50, or for the 49 of, well, basically the 51, so we should mark it back to the 41, and should be first down and 3, if I do my math right.
You're right, you're right.
We'll see what they mark it off in the right direction this time. We forget that it's their first game as well. So,
and that was to Kickoff?
Yes, off the little wide receiver screen.
Well, the penalty moves it back. It could have been a 20-yard pass play, but unfortunately, we're only going to be able to give you credit for 7 yards. And unfortunately, this has hurt Shelton already this game. 2 real costly penalties.
So the ball will be spotted at the 41. Should be a first down, but they're going to call it second down.
Yeah.
No, it's still first down. The referee says first down, so it should be first and just 3 from the 41. Again, Goose will go out of the gun. 4 receivers set this time. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and I'm not so sure who that is. Little toss to Fuller. Fuller gets around the outside, gets the first down right at the 44-yard line. Well, one ref's at the 45, the other one that's at the 44. It's first down.
So a gain of about 4 by Jaden Fuller, who was a leading rusher last year for the Highclimbers.
It's like Cody Brotherton, the receiver, wide to the far side all alone. Nope, they're going to put 3 out there. It's like they're going 5 wide this time. Empty backfield for Goose. Going to try to give those numbers as we get them. Somebody almost jumped. Back to pass goes Goose. Mason hangs in there. Going to scramble a little bit. Reverses his field. He's on the run. Nope, he's going to dump it down, and it's complete. Whitley Cordova with the catch right at the 40-yard line. Nice pass, and Whitley laid out to get that one, Jerry.
Yes.
That puts the Highclimbers in Bulldogs territory. The first and 10.
So, Mason Goose is 2 for 2 in the passing game.
4 receivers set this time, 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Fuller the back behind Goose, and he'll go in motion. There's the snap. Goose looking downfield, goes long.
Oh, go,
Got
go,
a guy
go.
there just over his head. It's Whitley Cordova again, incomplete. So we'll do it second and 10 from the 40. Stops the clock at 4:16 to go first quarter. 6-0 North Mason. Shelton with the ball for the first time. Trying to answer in the Mason County Cup. 3 receivers near side. Brotherton alone on the far side. Number 5. Back to pass goes Goose, pumps once, finds Menifee, and he overthrows him there as well.
Is that what you call it, what Goose did? He threw it, but he didn't really throw it. They call it a fake, right?
It's a pump and go is what, pump and go is what I call it. You throw it and you go.
A pump and go.
Throw it, but then you throw it.
Pump and go.
Pump and go.
Pump go, okay.
Pump and go. These are just terminologies that we create.
Very scientific.
She's asking great questions.
She is. Bishop Manning, the man at the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers to wide side. Fuller, the back behind Goose, will go out of the pistol. Fuller will move to the opposite side. Menifee in the middle of the pack. I'm thinking it's Cordova next to the line. There's a false start there, a little bit of motion, and that'll march the Highclimbers back 5.
What's the penalty for a false start?
5 yards.
5 yards.
Yeah.
Somebody moved before the ball was supposed to be
And
snapped.
holding is usually 10 yards. It's 10 yards from
10
the
yards
point
is
of
holding.
infraction. Those are the two most common.
Holding and
penalties.
false starts, okay?
Ball back at the 45. It's 3rd down and 15 from the 45 for the Climbers. Out of the pistol goes Goose, back to pass again, throws around, it's complete to Trikoff. Trikoff can't get around this. Oh, he slipped out.
Beautiful move.
And it'll get back to the 40.
That's what they call fancy footwork, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I thought he was down and stopped, Jerry, and he managed to slip out of that with a 5-yard gain. It's 4th and 10 now. Something you may not know, Jerry, Mason Goose is doing the punting for the Highclimbers this year.
That was to, that pass was completed to
Trikoff.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th and 10 and 3:33 to go in the first quarter. And we had a whistle on the field, stop the clock. I think we have some discussion. I think, well, I don't know if we're going to punt here or going to go for it at 4th and 10. They're lined up as 2 receivers. To the far side, it's looks like Trikoff and Menifee. And now what are we doing? Or do we have a timeout or just a conference with the with Coach Smith?
It looks like both coaches are out there with the officials.
Yeah, you're right, Jerry.
And I'm not sure what the concern is.
Are they discussing which down it is? Sometimes that's the discussion. Oh, here comes the lights. Well, if you are enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter with the handle @MasonWebTV. Also consider subscribing to Mason Web TV's YouTube channel and hit that bell to be notified the next time we go live. And now you can find us on the Twitch video streaming service. We try to make it as simple as possible to find these broadcasts in multiple locations, and we're working on trying to get it on also on the NFHS network. Still in the works. So I guess I call that a timeout, Jerry. I'm assuming.
Give that to Shelton.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They never indicated anything, but the team's huddled up. So it's 4th and 10 from the 40-yard line, and Mason Goose is in the punting formation. Filer back there about the 10-yard line for the Bulldogs. But Goose being the quarterback, he always has that option to pass.
In the interview, Mason Goose said, hey, I like to run the ball more this year.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Well, he's punting, you never know.
Yeah. Mark is very innovative. He's very creative.
So we're waiting for the snap. Here it is. Goose is just going to boot a line drive. It'll hit at the 20, and it'll drop inside the 10. It'll be down there at about the 8-yard line. As I believe, who was the guy down there first? Perez, I believe.
A 32-yard punt.
You have the option of, on the 4th down, running or punting.
That's
but
correct.
Usually punt because it gets it farther. You don't know if you're going to run that far.
It depends on where the ball's at. In this situation, Shelton could have very easily decided to have ran the ball or passed it, but their logic was to put North Mason in real trouble. And they did. They got it inside the 10-yard line.
Okay.
So the Bulldogs will take over on their own 8-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. It's like bailing back in there at the running back to Polo the up back, and 2 receivers, 1 on each side. McIntyre will go under center. Micah takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he'll pitch it to Baleen. And Baleen trying to go north. He goes sideways, and there's a flag on the play as well. He lost a couple of yards, but let's see what the flag is about.
What was his number?
33.
Okay.
That, of course, is assuming that these rosters are right.
The loss was a loss of 3 yards, but there is a flag on the play.
It looked like there was a loss on that play, and they're not indicating that with the yard markers.
Well, there's also, I think it's going to be a offsides. Oh no, it was actually
declined.
Yeah, it's declined, whatever the penalty was. I thought they heard say it was a motion or offsides penalty, but then they did the shot block thing. I don't know. Either way, it's 2nd and about to 12 from, looks like the 7.
It's indicating there's no loss on the play.
Well, that's interesting. Quick handoff in the middle. There's Tupolo bowling his way to the 15-yard line.
That was Tupolo carrying the ball for the Bulldogs, taken down by
And his number is
44.
Yep.
gain of about 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd down.
And that's his 3rd carry. He is gained 12 yards on 3 carries.
Simon's back in there.
Number 2.
Yep, he's at the end of the I. Tupolo the up back. 2 receivers on the near side, Filer and I believe it's, sorry, I can't see who that is. Now we're gonna have a timeout here. Timeout on the Bulldogs.
And that'll be the 2nd timeout for the Bulldogs.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, helps you know what local government is doing with live video streams of meetings for the Mason County Commission, the Shelton City Council, the Shelton School Board, and the North Mason School Board. You can also watch past meetings of these entities, as well as the Port of Allen Commission. Mason Web TV also covers the Port of Shelton Commission, the League of Women Voters of Mason County, and select informational meetings from the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce and the North Mason Chamber of Commerce, as well as the North Mason Community Voice. And lately I've been watching the Mason County Fire District 12 meetings out in Matlock. They've been kind of interesting.
They're interesting, yeah.
If you want to see what's going on, check out MasonWebTV.com daily. So 3rd down, and it looks like, well, 3 from the 15-yard line for the Bulldogs coming out of the timeout. Highclimbers have not returned to the field just yet. They break their huddle from the sidelines, and here they come. McIntyre looks like he'll go under center. Simon's the back behind him. 3 receivers to the near side.
Yeah, it does.
Filer, Baleen, and I believe number 1, I got to figure out who that is. There's a quick handoff, and Simon sprints his way right to the 1st down marker. He's knocked down right at that marker. Might be enough for the 1st down.
It's going to be really close, isn't
very,
it,
very
Dietrich?
close. Yeah, just shy of the 20-yard line. They call that a 1st down, Jerry. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 19.
4th 1st down.
North Mason has the lead in the ball, 2:10 to go, 1st quarter. 3 receivers set to the near side. Simon's the back behind. McIntyre back to pass goes Micah. Oh, he ran right in to number 45 of the Highclimbers, and that is Mario Boxley with a big stand-up tackle right there and a loss on the play. Loss of about 4.
Mario Boxley was one of the leading tacklers last year and is considered probably one of the top 2 or 3 tacklers on the team.
So 2nd down and 14, ball back at the 15-yard line. Again, a receiver on each side in an I formation. Hand off to Simon. Simon's trying to bounce it outside, and he is caught for a loss. I'm going to say that was Ellington back there first, and it was. A loss back at the 10. Bulldogs are going backwards.
Yeah. Looks like a loss of about 6, but let's see where they mark it.
And we've got a down Bulldog as well.
Uh-oh.
Don't know who that is. might have been Simons.
Boy, that's a big loss.
Yeah.
10-yard loss.
To spot the ball back at the 10-yard line, actually the 11-yard line. And we have a stoppage of play while they attend to the downed Bulldog. Not really sure who that is at this point.
Yeah. Was that Simon that ran it?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And I believe he's the man that's down.
And he's been the leading ball carrier tonight for North Mason.
It is Simon. He's heading to the sidelines with a big limp, and that's a huge loss.
That is a big loss.
So the ball is back at the 11-yard line, 3rd down and 18 for North Mason.
Yeah, he's carried the ball 7 times tonight already. It's interesting, North Mason has only thrown 1 time. Or, no, they threw twice, excuse me.
McIntyre under center, man in motion, back to pass, he goes. And he's going to be pulled down for a loss of a couple. And I didn't see who got in there first. Might have been Perez. And Jerome Gooley paired up for that tackle and a loss. And it's 4th down and about 21, I believe.
Yeah, probably, yeah. 20, 21 yards.
Got to get up to the 29 for, oh, there's a line drive kick. Somebody got a piece of that one. And it'll roll all the way up to the 36-yard line. That's where it'll be down by Filer. And the Highclimbers have excellent field position to start this possession.
Yeah, that was a 26-yard punt. No return. But I think you're right. We did get a little piece of that.
It was a line drive kick either way under pressure. So 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers at the North Mason 36-yard line. Goose will go out of the pistol this time. I believe the back in the backfield is going to be oh, it's Ellerton back in the backfield, and we have a flag down as well as
a substitution.
Yeah, there might be too many people. Oh, illegal substitution. Cheryl got it right there. So that'll cost the Highclimbers 5 yards. So it makes it 1st down and 15 from the 41.
Yeah, Shelton has had 4 penalties for a total of 35 yards.
So out of the pistol will go Goose. Ellerton the back behind him. 3 receivers on the far side. Minifee and Kickoff goes in motion. Turn around and hand it off to Ellerton right up the middle with a big boost. And he stays on his feet, but they say he was down at the 31. So that's a, what, 9-yard pickup? And that'll be the first quarter for the season opener here. North Mason leads 6-0. We'll head to the second. They'll be back.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Okay, now we're back.
Okay.
What you were going to say, Jerry?
I was going to say that Ellington had a 5-yard run there, but I bet you Cheryl's right. The temperature up here must be about 20 degrees colder than it is down on the field with that wind.
With the wind, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Very possible. All right, so it's going to be second down and, well, 6 for the Highclimbers on the North Mason 32 to start this second quarter. Quick handoff in the middle. Elton diving for the first down yardage inside the 25. Mark him down at the 22 and a half. That was a quick hit, Jerry. I didn't even see it happen. I was looking at something else. So 1st and 10 for North Mason. Goose out of the gun. 3 receivers far side. Little dump off to Trykoff. Trykoff on the wide receiver's screen. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe.
All right, here's a question. At what point do they stop calling it a lateral and start calling it a forward pass?
If it's forward or backwards?
I mean...
Well, that wasn't a lateral. That was a pass.
That was not a lateral. That was a pass.
Yes.
Okay.
Connor Gilman entered the lineup the first time. And he'll get the handoff, trying to find some running room around the left side. Somebody grabbed a hold of the jersey, held on to dear life. And that was, boy, number 71. And I can't even see the print on this paper, Jerry. Get another sheet, maybe.
So a lateral would be something side to the side or to the back.
Okay, backwards is also called the lateral.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not going to help. All right, so out of the pistol go Goose. 3rd down and 11. Handed off this time. It is Gelman again. Trying to get on the outside, and he's still going east and west, not north and south. And he got, what, 3 yards to the 20?
Yeah, it looks like he did, yeah.
So 4th and 8 from the 20 now.
You know, it's nice to have Gilbert back. He was hurt last year, about halfway through the season.
It might have been like game 3, Jerry.
Yeah.
He broke his ankle.
And it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he's back and he looks strong.
Fuller back in the lineup for the Highclimbers on a 4th and 8 from the 20. 3 receivers to the far side. Out of the gun goes Goose. There's a shotgun snap. Goose all the time in the world going for the corner, and Menifee just out of reach. And there's another penalty on the pass. Wow.
Well, now both teams have a pass interference. It looked like that ball was out of bounds.
Yeah, uncatchable, but the referee saw it differently.
Yeah.
I think that what Keegan Bunnell was arguing there, but not going to get that call at on Jack Stark Field. Pass interference. That'll give the Highclimbers a 1st down, and it should be at the 10-yard line with half the distance and a 15-yard penalty. So that puts the Highclimbers 1st and goal.
Thank you.
And that was a crucial penalty against North Mason. So they're even on the pass interferences.
3 receivers in a bunch to the far side. Trykoff, Menifee, but it's a handoff to Fuller. Fuller squicking around the left side, fights his way to about the 5. Well, I'll call it the 6, actually. So they're going to mark him down. We're going to bring a personnel change in there, but
gain of about 4 on the play.
So 2nd and goal from the 6. Elton will come back in. Fuller goes out. 3 receivers in a bunch on the near side. It is Cordova, Trykoff, and Menifee. Out of the gun, actually I'll call that the pistol. And the receivers are going to go wider out. There's a snap, turn around, hand off to Elton. Elton straight up the middle. Oh, stopped just short of the goal line.
That's how it's called.
Tripped up there with a good play.
Yeah, his knee hit the ground just before the end zone.
Gotta figure out who that is.
To go.
A gain there of about 5 yards.
Oh, bad snap and Goose. Oh, he lost it at the 5. The Bulldogs have recovered just a bad snap. I don't know if Mason took his eye off it or what, and the Bulldogs come away with a stop and a turnover.
And that's the first turnover of the game.
So they're going to get the ball. The Bulldogs will get the ball at their 1.
Well, they're getting at their 6 or is it 7?
Their 7, okay.
It's like at their own 6-yard line. Yeah, 6.5, 7-yard line. First and 10 for North Mason. Leading 6-0, 8:37 to go here in the first half.
And that's unfortunate because Shelton was just about ready to score. So first turnover of the game, and a costly one.
Untimely turnover, first and 10 for North Mason. Moline in there at the back of the eye. Topolo the up back. A receiver on each side. I think it's McCormick and Filer. Back to pass goes McIntyre. Dump it off to the tight end, number 81. And that's McFarland, I believe. Yeah, Hayden McFarland with a quick little hit there, and what, a 5-6 yard pickup up to the...
Yeah, it looks like about a 6 yard, 7 yards.
Up to the 13-yard line. Oh, it's second and long 3. Again out of the eye with receivers on each side. McIntyre under center. Hand it off to Moline. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Hope I'm saying his name right. B-A-L-L-E-I-N.
Yeah, what's his number?
Number 33. Avery Moline. Third down and 3 from the 13.
Big play.
Arbacast comes wide to the near side for the Bulldogs. I formation again for McIntyre. He'll take snap, hand it off to Topolo, bowls his way right across the 15 to about this, maybe the 15 and a half. Be 4th and short. Need another yard on that one.
At least another yard. Yeah, he's 1 yard short.
But a Topolo out there, he just bowls his way in. And you know what? I think this Topolo is smaller than past Topolos. But not by much. So 4th and 1, the Bulldogs are going to go for it. Highclimbers come up and crowd the box. Quarterback sneak, and no way, he did not get it. He might have actually lost a foot or two. Back to the 15-yard line. The Highclimbers get another shot at the end zone here late in the
that was quite a gamble on North Mason's part, I thought.
It was.
I think they should have put up. I'm not going to second guess.
Well, we don't know. I would have given it to Topolo and head down, go forward. That's what you do, but it didn't work.
From that part of the field, boy, I think you did get a real chance.
So the Highclimbers come out with a 1st and 10 on the North Mason 15-yard line. Get the ball back. The turnover did not result in anything. Pistol formation with 3 receivers on this near side. Turn around, hand it off to Elton. Elton skips up the middle and gets inside the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. Trying to hop out of an ankle tackle.
So a gain of about 6 on that play by Elton.
Yeah, there's numbers on the North Mason team that are not on the roster, Jerry. I'm just completely lost. So 2nd down and about 5. Another handoff to Elton. Elton stutter, steps up the middle, fights his way inside the 5 for the first down. Looking for that end zone, can't quite get there. He's cut down by good tackling. And it's 1st and goal for Shelton at the 3. Mario Boxley comes into for the offense. And they'll wind the clock with 5.5 minutes to go in the half. First and goal from the 3 for Shelton. Out of the pistol, turn around, hand it off to Elton. Elton working his way, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and stumbles in for the touchdown. Highclimbers tie it up with 5:14 to go in the second.
4-yard touchdown run by Elton.
Yeah, Bradley Elton.
So Shelton takes advantage of the
gamble.
The gamble, yeah. Good call.
Kaiser on to kick the ball back. Menifee, the holder, for the extra point. There's the waiting for the snap. Snap, spot, kick. Oh man, got in there, threw that one, got it off target. I don't know if he got a handle on it, but it's all tied up at 6 with 5:14 to go in the half. We'll be right back.
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
As the wind continues to blow in our faces here, and we missed the saw of the log, folks. I wasn't looking. I have a camera on the log, but I didn't get the camera switched in time. 6-6 is our score. 5:14 to go in the first half. Highclimbers make a mistake. Stop the Bulldogs, who gambled on a 4th and 1 on their own 9-yard line. Highclimbers got the ball back and scored. Actually, it was a 14, wasn't it? And it's a tie ball game here.
Well, the key thing is both teams had a costly pass interference.
Right, exactly.
Led to both teams scoring off the other team's crucial penalty.
Kaiser's going to tee it up for the Highclimbers here to kick it back to the Bulldogs, back deep. Our Ballin on the far side and Filer on the near side, about the 15-yard line for both of them. Kaiser will line himself up.
And Brendan Kaiser.
Here's the run up and the kick. Low, a line drive kick that's going to be picked up at the 21 by Filer, trying to get on the outside. He'll cut it up the numbers. Actually, that's the seam, and he's knocked down across the 30. And that's where the Bulldogs will take over.
Yeah, 39-yard kickoff.
So the 31 is where North Mason will start for the 1st and 10.
North Mason, about the 32-yard line, that's where they
No, I'll call it the 32, I guess. No, it's the 31.
About a return of 10 yards?
About 6, I think.
6, okay.
6 or 7.
All right.
So 1st and 10 for North Mason at the 31. McIntyre goes under center and out of the eye with the receiver on each side. Turn around, hand it off to Ballin, and he's wrapped up after a very short gain, if anything at all. Perez in there, I believe. Actually, no, it was Blaze Andrews with the tackle. Just wrapped 2 arms around him, pulled him down, Jerry. You can't get any more textbook than that.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Oh, they did actually give him 1.
2 or 3.
So the ball is up at the 32, 2nd and 9. Same formation for the Bulldogs, that I formation. Ballin in the back of the eye. He'll take the hand off. Got a little bit more of a push that time and got another yard. Guy in the backfield to get him there at 54.
Gain of 1.
I think it's 54.
I noticed at North Mason, the quarterback is right over the center instead of shotgun.
No, he hasn't gone out of shotgun but once.
Hasn't gone yet, no.
I think he did it once.
Once?
Yeah, I think so. So third down and 8.5. McIntyre back to pass now. He's in trouble, going to dump it off, and was
incomplete.
Was it incomplete? Actually, no, it was complete to McFarland. Wow. I'm sorry, I wasn't on camera. The big target of McFarland.
Wow.
81.
81, yeah. Okay.
It's a first down at the 43-yard line.
Well, that's the second completed pass to number 81. Good for a first down.
First and 10 for North Mason on their own 43. McIntyre goes under center again. Takes the snap, hands it off. Simon's back in there, gets this explosion out the outside. He's gone up the far sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. Boy, oh boy, glad to have him back if you're a Bulldog fan. Touchdown off of a first and 10 from the 43.
So, 57-yard run by Simon.
That is a big hit, and that's why you miss him if you're a Bulldog. It's 2:37 to go here in the half.
What are they cheering?
Couldn't tell you. So it is now 12-6, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for 2. It's like a full house backfield here for McIntyre. He's got one receiver, that's Filer, on the far side out of shot. 3 guys behind him. It's going to be a pitch to Baleen. Baleen will cut it up the seam, and he's going to be dropped just a yard short. And the extra point, or extra 2-point conversion comes up short, and it's still 12-6 with 2:37 to go in the half.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale. Bipolar? Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
And we're back here at Jack Stark Stadium. Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium, excuse me. You'd think I would know that by now after all these years here.
Wonderful years.
On the
Dietrich,
beautiful.
how old is the Jack Stark Field?
I'm saying 3 years.
3 years.
3-4 years. Is that right, 4 years? Just before the pandemic, they dedicated it to Jack. Isn't that right? Yeah.
I would say 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Trykoff and Ellerton are back deep to receive the kick.
Well, very well deserved.
Yes, and now Jack has a golf tournament named after him.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Mason Hospital Foundation Quality Care Open is now the Jack Stark Invitational.
Oh, cool.
Wow, that's
cool.
really great.
So, it's a great honor, and he was recognized by the foundation board just last month. Here's the run up in the kick, high and short. Trykoff will pick it up about the 18-yard line, and he slips one tackle up to the 30, 35, 40, and he's dropped again by the kicker across the 40-yard line to the 42. Good run back by Trykoff.
Just barely got him by the legs, by the ankles.
Well, the kicker,
he would have been gone.
Yeah, the kicker has saved a couple of touchdowns here on the kickoff.
He sure has.
So Highclimbers will take over, or will actually start at the 42-yard line, first and 10.
42-yard kickoff. Nice return by Trykoff.
Menifee and Trykoff are on the near side. Out of the gun will go Goose. It looks like might be Gilman back in there at the back. Minute to 54 to go in the half. Two receivers on that far side. It's Cordova and Fuller. Back to pass, a dump off in the middle, off the hands of Trikoff, and nearly intercepted. Diving for it in the secondary was Filer, couldn't come up with it. 2nd and 10 for North Mason, or for Shelton, excuse me. I think the wind's starting to get to me.
Well, it was catchable, but
did Goose throw that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a laser, though.
Boy, yeah, he throws a strong pass. Got a good arm.
2nd and 10 from the 42 for the Highclimbers. Goose will do a little play action this time on the rollout. Got Fuller downfield, just a little off target there as well. Mason a little bit questioning the something. So 3rd and 10 is from the 42. Minute 34 to go in the half.
Yeah, Goose is 4 for 8 right now in his passes. But yeah, he throws a really hard ball.
So gonna go out of the gun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. There's a snap to Goose. Goose on the rollout. Gonna throw, he's got to complete to Menifee actually. Menifee will fight for the first down yardage and get it just outside the 45 of North Mason, and make it the 46.
Caught by Menifee.
Yeah.
And that's the first pass caught by Menifee, good for about 12 yards. That's the 8th first down for the Highclimbers.
1st and 10 for Shelton at the Bulldog 46. Out of the pistol, I'm going to call that. And a little toss this time to Gilman. Gilman makes one guy miss, running around the left side, makes another guy up. Couldn't get away from a Topolo. That's kind of hard to do. Gets a yard on that.
Yep.
And a timeout called by the Highclimbers.
And I believe that's the 2nd timeout for Shelton. I think it's 2 apiece.
Right. Every Thursday, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, presents Shelton City Council looking ahead, a weekly preview of the next week's City Council meeting with City Manager Jeff Knighton. Each week, Manager Knighton briefs me on the top items coming before the City Council during their next meeting. That's Shelton City Council looking ahead every Thursday on MasonWebTV.com. Something we started the first one just yesterday, actually. And I want to thank Jeff Knighton for taking time to zoom in with me to make that little preview. So 1:14 to go in the half. 12-6 is the score. North Mason with the lead, Shelton with the ball, and they have a 2nd and 9 from the North Mason 45. Waiting for the end of this timeout.
Yeah, so far Shelton has passed 9 times and ran the ball 10 times.
So Goose is going to go empty backfield this time. Out of the gun, he's got 3 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far side. Ready for the shotgun snap. Back to pass, takes a little step, throws over the middle, and incomplete. And I'm sorry, Cody Brotherton took a hit in the secondary. Just leveled there, like running into a brick wall. I didn't see who hit him, but man.
What is his number?
5.
Cody Brotherton was the intended receiver.
He's 5'9". He's on the smaller side, isn't he?
Yeah.
For the rest of this team.
He was hit pretty hard.
Yeah, he was.
Almost looked like he hit a brick wall. Really did.
But it was a good hit, legal hit. We haven't seen any helmet to helmet tonight, which is good.
I'm sorry, what?
Helmet to helmet or targeting.
Helmet to helmet or targeting, that's when people intentionally run into somebody?
Or just make a power tackle and hit their head,
So 55 seconds remain in the half.
Concussion protocol.
Highclimbers have a 3rd and 9 from the 45 of North Mason. Oh, they're going to put time up at 107, actually.
Yeah, 107.
Yeah, I didn't think that took that long for an incomplete pass. It's going to be 5 wide again. Goose will go out of the gun. Back to pass. On the rollout now. He's being chased. He's going to pull it down, and he's going to run this time for the 40, and he'll slide down about to the yard short of the first down, but a wise idea to slide, Jerry.
Yes.
Instead of take the hit. He slid, and that'll put him 1 yard short, and that'll be 4th and 1 for Shelton, and another timeout by the Climbers. At 10:30 Sunday morning, Mason Webb TV, powered by HCC, provides live video streaming for St. David of Wales Episcopal Church in Shelton. Everyone is welcome to join the community that practices to walk with love. That's 10:30 every Sunday morning from St. David's Historical Church in downtown Shelton.
Well, that was the first run by Goose. And a good play by him.
Wise idea just to slide in, to not take the contact. So 4th and 1 from the 37-yard line. And it's going to go, the Highclimbers are going to go 5 wide again. 3 to the short side, 2 to the far side. Back to pass goes Goose. He'll look around, find some time. He's got to run. And did he get the out of bounds?
Close.
Very close. And he ran out of bounds to stop the clock, and he got the first down inside the 35 at the 34. From our angle, it didn't look like he had enough real estate to get the first down, Jerry.
Gain of about 2 on that play.
So 49 seconds remain in the half. And a 12-6 ball game. North Mason with the lead, Shelton with the ball. Again, we're going to go 3 wide to the far side, 2 to the near side. It's like Menifee and Trikoff to the near side. Brotherton, Cordova, and I couldn't see the last guy. The pass incomplete, intended for Menifee. So 2nd and 10 from the 34. Up to Fuller. Okay, so it's from the outside in, far side, Cordova, Fuller, and Brotherton. From the outside in, on the near side, it's Menifee and Trikoff. Out of the gun will go Goose. Short drop. He's going to throw it. Barm got hit and incomplete balls, and there's another pass interference.
You've got to call that.
Yeah, that ball was underthrown because I think Bulldog got a hand on either the ball or Goose's arm. But the contact was made, and Menifee couldn't get back to the ball. Unable to get back to the ball.
Yeah. You got an argument there. Is it catchable? And I don't think it was, but
the flag was thrown.
Take the call.
Well, they're discussing it to see, because you're.
They must have the same questions you guys do.
We'll see what they do end up calling.
Yeah.
We remind everybody that this is the first game for the refereeing crew as well. And they do, we're going to have 2 penalties that are offset, so we get to do it again. So there were 2 penalties on the play. A hold on the Highclimbers, pass interference on the Bulldogs, so we get to do it again. Actually, it wasn't his second?
Yeah, 4th down.
No, it's not 4th down. If they're redoing the down, it's 3rd down, right?
Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right.
At the second, I'm confused.
You are right.
Okay. I guess it's 2nd down. Now we're going to have another timeout. This time North Mason takes their final timeout.
Yep.
It's 39 seconds to go here in the half.
You get 3. Each team gets 3 timeouts per half.
That's correct.
So Mason Webb TV, powered by HCC, is experiencing some growing pains with too many things to cover and not enough people.
How you doing?
So we are looking for some help. If you have an interest in broadcasting, announcing, video streaming, video editing, sports, news, politics, reporting, marketing, we would like to hear from you. Send an email to masonwebtv@gmail.com. You can also call or text 360-229-2234. No experience necessary, just reach out. We would love to talk to you. So 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 34 for the Highclimbers. 39 seconds remain in the half. Highclimbers trying to tie the game back up after a big play by Trevon Simon to put the Bulldogs on top. And now we're going to have some discussions again by the refereeing crew.
Do you guys know if referees, do they work together a lot? Like, are these 4 always going to work together? These 5 always going to work together? Or do they?
I think they try to do that.
From the pool?
I think they try to do that, but sometimes it's just not possible, especially with the officiating shortages we're experiencing. And now they're deciding that it is 3rd down. That's what the conversation was about. Which down is it? That's what I was confused about.
It's interesting that Shelton hasn't established the run first tonight.
So they're going to say it's 3rd and 10.
Yes.
Back to pass goes Goose. A little bit of pressure. It's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Got some running room, but he's looking downfield. Now he's going to hesitate, and he'll squirt out and dive for that marker. I don't think he got it.
He looks like he's up about a yard short.
Yeah, I think he's more
Depends
than
on
that.
where they mark it.
They're going to mark it, it looks like at the 25, and we have a flag down too. I guess they're going to mark him out at the 25. And now we have to figure out the penalty. Was there a penalty flag? I don't even see it.
I don't see the yellow flag. Did you see it?
Yeah, it's over in the backfield by the down marker, about the 37.
What?
So what is the call this time?
You want what?
Personal foul. Oh, there's the targeting, the head-to-head contact against the Highclimbers. That's 15 yards.
Yeah.
That's the targeting. That's when somebody purposely runs into somebody else with
Well, it's not purposely running head-to-head. It's trying to protect the head. And that's a huge hit there.
We were talking about that earlier, weren't we? Yeah.
Must have been on a block, because I don't know who would have done that. So they're going to mark it back from that spot. So that's going to be a big hit and put the ball back into Highclimber territory at the 47.5.
Wow.
Wow.
How could that be so far back?
Because it's from the spot of the foul.
Yeah.
Which was,
and it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, 15 yards. So there's going to be spotted at the 48 of the Highclimbers. They need to get up to the 24 for the first down.
Wow.
And it's 3rd down. Goose has some time again, looking downfield. Protection breaks down. And look at this. They're still pursuing. Goose is on the run. He's going to dump it off. It's complete to Trykoff. Trykoff trying to slip a tackle, and he gets run out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Got about, what, 10 yards of that back? So it's going to be 4th and about
gain of about 7 on that play.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be 4th and 20 from the 44. 14 seconds remain in the half.
Yeah, gain of 7 on the play.
Okay.
There's the snap to the gun. Goose gonna throw long. Trykoff there, nice defense, wow. Number 23 got his hand on that one. And I don't know who that is.
Trykoff is limping.
So the ball goes over on downs with 9 seconds remaining, and the Bulldogs will take over on their own 44-yard line. I would expect a quick little knee to end the half, and they go into the locker room with a 6-point lead. But a good defensive stand by the Bulldogs.
Well, I've been very impressed with North Mason. I'm surprised that Shelton hasn't tried to establish the run first and then pass. But
so 1st and 10 for North Mason at their own 44 with 9 seconds remaining in the half. See if they just take a knee or try to do another quick hit. No, they're going to take a knee, and that will end the half. We head to the break with North Mason leading 12-6 in the Mason County Cup. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with some halftime statistics and more of the 10th Mason County Cup, the battle for the axe, in just a moment on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
We all depend on them for medical emergencies, to keep our highways safe, and to get back on the road. And emergency responders depend on us to watch for them, to slow down and move over. We do it for the people out there taking the risks while helping others, and the people who care about them, because most of us agree that we all share a responsibility for safety on our roads.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events, connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources, and connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Halftime here at Jack Stark Field, Highclimbers Stadium. 12-6 is our score. North Mason with the lead off of, some decisions that could have been, questionable, but turned in their favor in a big return by Trevon Simons to hit that, 57-yard touchdown run to put the Bulldogs on top by that score at the break of 12-6. We're going to take another timeout, and Jerry will have some halftime statistics for us in just a moment as the dance team takes the field at Highclimbers Stadium. We'll be back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything, everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live high school sports broadcasts in Mason County. Join us every week this school year for another exciting game. If you want to be part of future broadcasts, contact Mason Web TV right now and become a community broadcast partner. A simple phone call, text, or email can put you in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is made possible by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected since 1934. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate in Shelton. When it comes to real estate, there's no substitute for local knowledge. Shelton Highclimbers Football Booster Club, benefiting players in the Shelton High School football program by raising funds, organizing volunteers, and building community support. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
All right, we're back here, folks. Jerry's doing a little bit of talking with a friend, which is what he does all the time. And, well, that gives us an opportunity to talk to Cheryl. Cheryl, how are you enjoying your first broadcast?
I am loving it, Diedrich. This is so interesting. Normally when I go to a football game or watch a football game on TV, I have to pick it up on myself, but it's great being with you guys because you're really analyzing the game, and it's really helping me.
We appreciate that, and we like your questions, which remind us that, oh, wait a minute, not everybody knows what we're talking about.
That's right.
Like a lateral or a pass.
Well, Jerry has some statistics for us. Let's go for it.
I do. Let's start off with North Mason. North Mason has 6 first downs. They've thrown 4 times. Micah McIntyre, number 8, the quarterback, like I said, has thrown 4 times, completed 3. He has passed for 32 yards. His favorite receiver is number 81, who is caught 2 passes for 17 yards. North Mason had 32 yards passing and 86 yards on the ground for a total of 118 yards. They scored twice. Number 8, the quarterback, had a 3-yard touchdown run. Point after attempt was no good. That made it 6-0. And then after Shelton scored, Simon made a nice 57-yard run for the Bulldogs. The 2-point attempt was no good. North Mason's not had very many penalties, but both of them have been pass interferences.
Right.
Which, of course, led to 1 touchdown for the Highclimbers. So that's a rundown for North Mason. Their leading carrier, of course, is Simon, and he has 7 carries for 46 yards. Now, for Shelton, Shelton has more first downs. They have 9. They've completed 6 of 13 passes. The leading receiver is Dante Trikoff. He has caught 4 passes for 19 yards. Gabe Menifee has caught 1 pass for 12, and Wesley Cordova has caught 1 pass for 15. Shelton is 6 for 13 in the passing game. And as far as the running game for the Highclimbers, they have carried the ball 12 times for 56 yards. The leading ball carrier is Ellington. He is at 6 carries for 34 yards. And so if you add the ground game and the running game, you've got a total of 102 yards. So as far as yards are concerned, it's really close. North Mason's got 118 yards, basically due to that 57-yard run, compared to 102 for the Highclimbers. The thing I think tonight, and I've mentioned this a couple times, I don't like to second guess. Doggone it, you know. I really don't. I don't even know if I should say this. I'm just surprised that we're not seeing more running.
Well, we'll see what happens in the second half. I mean, make it an in-game adjustment. Maybe they wanted to see how Mason Goose could do.
Well, he's got a strong passer.
Yeah, well, we know that, but you know what he can do with his receiving core, because he's only really worked with 2 of them, 2.5, because Cordova got some playing time late last season, but the other 2 have not really played. Well, Fuller, you know, who knows? We don't know what's going on in Mark's mind, and I will ask him about that when I talk to him next week.
Well, what's interesting is he throws it a hard pass, and it's a little bit high, but they are catchable.
Right.
You know, Diedrich and Jerry, what I find to be really interesting is that we've had 3 touchdowns, but not one single extra point.
That is correct. You're right.
That doesn't happen that often, does it? Not with 3?
In high school, it does.
Does it?
It's kind of more common because you usually don't have a decent kicker.
Now, we have had in the past, we had a pretty good kicker, and you can't.
Kaiser's done a good job the last couple of years, and there was good penetration on that extra point attempt by the Highclimbers, and it bothered him enough that he hooked it, and it went off to the left. And I think it was Filer that got in there for North Mason and nearly blocked that kick. So yeah, and the going for 2 is kind of commonplace these days in high school football.
Okay.
And
finish your thought, Jerry.
No, she has a good point. I agree with her. That's interesting. 0 for 3 on that.
0 for 3.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the third quarter in the second half of this Mason County Cup.
Next time.
With North Mason Bulldogs leading at 12
I
to
could
6
use another
at the
coat,
break.
too.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
This broadcast is copyright protected by Digiproof on behalf of Diedrich Allen and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of its contents, pictures, descriptions, and accounts without the consent of Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, MasonWebTV.com, and Hood Canal Communications is prohibited.
Well, we're waiting for the start of the third quarter. Diedrich Allen, Jerry Apple, Cheryl Williams with you tonight in the Mason County Cup. The battle for the axe. Halftime score, as you see, on the scoreboard. It's not on my graphic because I didn't bring it up. 12 for North Mason, 6 for Shelton. And your thoughts, Jerry?
Well, my thoughts are, I want to recognize somebody I didn't recognize at halftime, and that is Ellington. His first name is Bradley. And Bradley is a workhorse. He was named All-Conference last year as a safety. And this year, he's got 6 carries for 34 yards. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I think also I forgot to mention that he's the one that scored the 1 touchdown for us, a 4-yard touchdown run. So he's been kind of the workhorse tonight.
He has, in both sides of the ball, because he's been in there defensively as well. And let's see here. Well, I guess we're not going to do the extra 3 minutes like they usually do. We're going to get right into playing. The Highclimbers did win the toss and defer to the, so they will receive the kickoff to open this 3rd quarter. So, you know, it's interesting. They were, I just want to see if we can see this in the camera. I'm going to shoot down there. There's a TV down there, and it's not our broadcast. It's the huddle broadcast that the team does.
Did you ever find out the answer to the drone situation?
I did not. We saw a drone at the Jamboree in North Kitsap last week. A few years ago when drones became very commonplace. The WIAA said drones are not allowed at WIAA events because they could crash into the crowd or crash into the players or injure somebody. That's the reason. Now that might have changed because, you know, ideally, and the reason I don't have a drone is you should have a license to fly them. And they should be registered.
Right.
And you can get little drones and anybody can fly them. They're cheap and whatever. But it's the potential for harm is the reason. Now, I have not checked to see if they changed that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they would because I think it's a good idea. Drones can be really deadly.
It would almost be a hazard.
Got to bring the mic up there.
It would almost be a hazard.
I would
if
think
you
so.
were using it right.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
No, they did put the 2 and 3 minutes
We
up.
were really surprised when we saw that last week at the Jamboree.
A little drone and little lights. Like, there's a drone.
And he was telling me, see the drone? Huh? No.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize it I didn't see it till after the whole scrimmage, you know?
Yeah, which is the idea. I mean, think about it. The drone up in the middle of the field or on one end following the play would be really cool.
It would be cool.
But
what if it falls out of the sky?
Exactly. You only usually get about 20 minutes out of a charge on most drones.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't know if anybody watched the USFL, but they had drones, and they had like 3 or 4 in the backfield, and you could hear them buzzing, and that was kind of weird, I thought. But I need to follow through with the WIAA to see, is this allowed?
I can find that out for you right now.
Okay. Well, I know that it wasn't, but is it now allowed? That's the question.
We'll find out.
Well, I think I'll do my homework.
Well, no, Cheryl's going to do that for us.
Oh,
right?
Cheryl. Okay.
I'm the researcher. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Good to have her here. She's doing so much that we never thought we could learn. Cheryl knows how to work the digital. Well, they put another 3 minutes up on the clock as they're supposed to, so we're about a minute away from returning to play here. See here. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about the Shelton Highclimbers Football Booster Club. Primary source of funds is through their banner program. Businesses, or anyone for that matter, can purchase a banner sponsoring the football program. Banners can be purchased through SheltonHighclimbersFootball.com. How the funds are spent? Well, they're buy sack lunch dinners for all away games. This includes packaged food for every player, coach, and the bus drivers. They're very important. Game bags, practice equipment, communication equipment, or whatever the coach wants and or needs. Highclimber Football Booster Club has an informative website. Again, that's SheltonHighclimbersFootball.com. You can find rosters, learn records, fundraising efforts, sponsorship opportunities, and information on Booster Club Golf Scramble, just to name a few. That again is SheltonHighclimbersFootball.com.
And they got some really nice T-shirts.
They did. We got something last year.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing yours.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. It's interesting. You're wearing a Highclimber T-shirt under a blue polo. Was that
with a basketball on it?
With a basketball, but I'm saying that the blue is North Mason's colors. I'm wearing blue because it's a Hood Canal thing, but you know.
Well, you could tell tonight I'm very neutral.
Well, I'm wearing a Choice sweatshirt.
Well, that's even better.
Choice sweatshirt. Okay, so here's the answer to your question, Diedrich. The WIAA has determined the use of unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as drones, will be prohibited for any purpose by any persons at WIAA tournament venues.
Tournament venues.
So
Okay.
he might have gotten away with it because it wasn't a tournament venue.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Cheryl.
So we're ready to start the third quarter. High Climbers will receive the opening.
That's the second time.
The opening kickoff here.
Yeah.
And
back deep?
Back deep is going to be Ellerton and
Kickoff?
Yeah, more than likely. Here's the run up and the kick. High, short kick, kind of taken on the run by Ellerton at the 28, and he's on the run across the 42-yard line.
And that was Ellerton.
Yeah, Ellerton grabbed it on the run. So the High Climbers are going to start there at their own 42 with 1st and 10, trying to cut into the 6-point North Mason lead. Try to keep the cup here in the cup in the axe here in Shelton, because they didn't play last season, but they took it back in the COVID winter season that we did in an empty stadium, which was really, really weird. All right, here we go. Goose is going to go out of the gun. Got an up back and a man beside him. 2 receivers near side, turn around and hand it off. Here's Ellerton on the run.
Come on,
oh
Ellerton.
Boy, breaks it into the secondary. And he's still on his feet inside the 40 near the 35. What a run for Bradley Ellerton.
First down.
Oh, definitely there.
22-yard run.
Big gain of 25 yards there for
25.
Well,
25.
25.
Okay, thank you.
So 1st and 10 for Shelton.
Thanks for correcting me.
On the 36, out of the gun. Goose will do the handoff to Ellerton. He'll run over a guy, get a couple of yards, but there's a flag on the play right at the 30-yard line. We'll see what this penalty is. Usually do have a penalty-ridden game early in the season, not usually the first one, though. It's going to be a hold on the High Climbers. So that'll march them back 10. So it should put it back at the 42, 43-yard line.
Did you guys both play football in high school?
No.
Dietrich did not.
Did not play. Played a lot of, kid playing in recess and stuff, but no, never played any real organized. I'm not big enough. I'm sorry. When I was a kid, I was a little kid.
Were you little?
I was little. My younger sister was taller than me until about high school, so that's something.
So
the holding penalty marches the ball back to the 43, so that'll be first down, and it looks like, 17?
Very costly penalty. That's their 7th penalty. They have a total of 70 yards so far tonight in penalties.
Same play as last time. This time it's Gilman on the carry.
Come on, Gilman.
Oh, actually, is it Gilman? Yes, it was Gilman, and he'll get him around the outside, inside the 35 to the 32-yard line.
Connor Gilman.
Yeah. Good to have him back in the lineup.
Yeah.
That brings up 2nd and 6 yards to go.
Second down.
Gain of 5.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. So it's about a 10-yard pickup there, Jerry.
Yeah, okay, that's right. You're right.
Hand it off again to Gilman. Gilman getting around the outside, and he's ridden out of bounds about the 20-yard line.
Well, we see a different strategy this half.
I must have been listening to Jerry.
Yeah, I know. Good job, Jerry.
Well, you're right. Gilman's run was 14 yards because they had been penalized that day.
Right.
Thank you.
So first down and 10 at the 23 for the High Climbers. Goose again out of the gun, same formation, hand it off. This time it's Fuller. Fuller cuts it
Right
up the
down
middle, and he'll get it to the 15-yard line. Give him 8.
Enough
Second
for
down and
first?
2. No.
No. Second down.
Gain of 8 on the play by Fuller.
To the 15-yard line are the High Climbers for the second down, and we have a timeout on the field. Boy, I'm getting a lot of timeouts, getting to read my stuff a little bit more than I usually do.
And who's that timeout? awarded to?
I'm thinking it was on North Mason. I didn't see the indication. Every Friday, MasonWebTV.com provides helpful driving tips with the Wise Drive, a weekly column by Doug Dahl, a Target Zero manager for the Washington Traffic Safety Commission, and a self-confessed traffic safety nerd. The Wise Drive is like Dear Abby, but for driving. The column is primarily driven by reader questions, but also covers current traffic safety issues. The Wise Drive appears in numerous newspapers in Washington and is posted to MasonWebTV.com every Friday. We want to thank Doug Dahl for him actually tracking me down and asking to be on MasonWebTV.com.
That's nice.
And it comes out on Mondays in the Olympian.
Yeah, well, that's old news by then. Just read it, MasonWebTV.com right now.
That's a good plug-in. That's a good plug. Okay.
So 2nd and 2 for Shelton at the North Mason 15-yard line. Goes out of the gun. He'll turn around and hand it off to Fuller. Fuller stutter steps and drives his feet inside the 10. And a first down run is 1st and goal for Shelton.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
So 1st and goal. Hand it off this time. I think it's Ellington back, and there was a Gilman. I didn't see the setup. It actually is Fuller. No, it's Ellington. You were right. I was right the first time. Okay, so Ellington got a yard?
Yeah, it looked like about a yard.
Ball's up at the 7.
Why do they call it 1st and goal, 2nd and goal? Is that the last one?
Because it's not a full 10 yards that they have to go.
Got it.
This is Ellington. Ellington dives into the end zone for the touchdown. So Bradley Ellington with a 7-yard TD run, and the game is tied at 12.
And that's the 2nd touchdown run for Bradley Ellington tonight.
And I'm going to get the camera switched over here.
Guys need to take the extra point for the Highclimbers.
To the kick here. As Kaiser is lined up.
Boy, Ellington's going to sleep well tonight. He's been hit on every play, defense and offense.
And they're taking their time here. Are we waiting for the cut to be made on the log or what?
All right, while we're waiting, I have a riddle for you two.
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
What do you get when you cross a sloth with a porcupine? When you cross a sloth with a porcupine?
Cheryl Williams doing her best, what is it, game show host.
Okay.
I don't know, a prickly ride, I don't know.
A slow poke.
Oh. Okay.
I've got lots of them if you
Good, yeah.
All right, well.
We need some humor.
Okay.
So a little discussion on what's going on here as both coaches are out on the field with the refereeing crew as we're just getting lined up to kick a point after. 10:06 to go here in the 3rd, and it's knotted up 12.
So, are they going to go for 2 or 1?
They're lined up to kick it,
okay,
Jerry, and I don't know why there was a delay. On the right sheet, what are they writing on here? As we still wait.
And Brendan Kaiser will be your one doing the point after attempt, if that's what they're going to do. Has Menifee been the holder? Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Okay.
We're still waiting for...
What could be under debate? What are they debating?
You know, that's a good question. We have no idea.
I know that's the 2nd time that Mark has gone out on the field to check with the official, which is unusual.
Both coaches have been huddled up with the officiating twice.
Yeah.
So we're going to get the point after attempt here. As Kaiser will kick the point after and see if the Highclimbers can block a little better than the last attempt as the Bulldogs did penetrate. So here is Menifee, the holder, waiting for the snap. Puts it down, kick is up, and it's a line drive. I think that one snuck over the crossbar. Nope, it was too low, and it's a tie ball game at 12 apiece.
Behind the log, Diedrich?
Well, it's Highclimbers.
So every time every time you
score.
make a score, you
they
cut the log.
Get a touchdown or a field goal.
So what if the log gets cut up all the way before the season's over? Do they just get another one?
They just get another one.
Okay, got it.
Well, that's a lot of scoring. How long is that?
Yeah, and they're only cutting a very thin
it's very
sliver.
thin. Yeah, it's probably 2 inches thick.
We were hoping for a good season, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's actually really cool.
And I think what they do is they mark each one for what the score was. And somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they give it to the player. I believe so. I'm not positive,
nice.
but that's my thinking.
So they take the log to them for away games too?
No, just home games.
Just home games.
They used to have a cannon. They used to shoot off the cannon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that really caused some problems too.
Yeah.
Or caused some problems. So I think this is a better idea.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, Trevor Leopold brought that in when he was athletic director.
That's very cool.
Well, it's a good idea.
It's a good idea, yeah. Well, it's better than just the chainsaw sound that you get at some other venues, other places.
What happened to Mr. Leopold?
He is in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, okay.
Yeah.
I think he got a similar position there.
Yeah, he got a position back near where he grew up, and to be closer to.
I knew he wanted to move back.
Because he played football back there.
Yeah.
So we're ready to get back to football, as we didn't take a break after that score. But it's 12-12, 10:06 to go, third quarter. Here's the run-up in the kick. It's a high kick that is going to drive Boleyn back to his 11-yard line. He's on the run, trying to reverse the field, and drives his way across the 30. A good return for the young man.
Very nice return, about 19 yards.
Yeah, 19 yards.
And that was probably the nicest kickoff, too. The deepest one.
So the Bulldogs will start out on their own 32-yard line. Actually, Jerry, if you started at the 11 and ended at the 32, that's 21 yards.
Oh, 21 yards.
If I do the math right.
Well, I think you're right.
Carry the what? Oh, that's right. So the Bulldogs will try to break the stalemate here in their first possession of the third quarter. And, of course, McIntyre will go under center. Simons is still, he's back in there, and we know he can explode. Topolo, the up man, 2 men, 1 receiver on each side, I should say. And a quick snap, hand off to Simons. Simons trying to get around the outside, bounces it out up the sidelines, gets the first down and runs out of bounds about the 45-yard line. That's that young man's bread and butter. Just give him the ball and let his speed take over. I'm hoping that his injury earlier was just a leg cramp, which usually happens early on. So they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 44. It's enough for a first down.
Yeah, 7th first down.
So 1st and 10 for North Mason on their own 44. So 1 play in the books. 2 receivers come wide to the near side, Filer and McCormick. Topolo, the first back, he'll take the handoff and he'll squirt forward for a couple of yards. Across the 45 to about the 47.
There's a bunch of North Mason fans standing over there under the trees, and they look like they're all holding something shiny.
It's the band.
Oh.
You didn't see them all march across there.
I guess I didn't.
That's cool.
I did. Usually they do that at halftime. I don't know. Are they doing a concert here afterward? I heard some band people talking about it last time I was in North Mason, but I don't remember what it was. Same formation, reversed side, 2 receivers far side. Turn around this time, Simons gets the handoff. He's going to bounce it outside, gets to midfield, and runs into Elliton, goes out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
Let's see if they got it up for the first down. Could be close. Nah.
Yeah, he's a
little short?
Little short.
Okay.
Actually got further than I thought. They marked it at the 47, so it's 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs.
Let's get some noise going.
So since Cheryl mentioned the band, I have to mention Chris Drury, the band director. I think he's still the band director there. So he's probably here somewhere. Good guy, great musician. Him and his wife, as a matter of fact.
Out at North Mason, yeah.
Yep.
Chris is a nice guy.
Yep. Topolo straight up the middle for the first down and a couple of more yards. Inside the 45 to the 43.
That was Topolo for the
First down run. And the Dogs are moving the sticks here.
It'll be 1st and 10.
Under 9 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter in a 12-12 game. North Mason with the ball in Highclimber territory. McIntyre goes under center. He'll hand it off to Simons again. Simons spins at the 40 and he stood up at the 39.
That's Simmons carrying the ball. Hunter left.
Hunter left with
Gave about 4 on the play.
Yeah, Hunter left with a good tackle, stood him up. It's not easy to do to bring a Topolo down, I got to tell you.
He has 2 sisters, twins, that played basketball.
Did it? Okay.
Oh.
Last year. I think they're still, I'm sure they'll be back. I think they were juniors or sophomores.
Are you talking about Topolo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Les.
Well,
False start?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, they're
into the neutral zone.
On 89, 99?
Yeah.
We don't identify players, but just to throw it out there. Have a story about that. I was working radio in Anacortes, did a football game. Lim Elway was actually calling the game. A young man by the name of Walt Isom. I don't know whatever happened to Walt, but he did some color commentating. And, it was a blowout game, and we're standing on the top of the stands in Cedro Woolley. And there's a false start. And Walt says, I know who it was. And I said, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't do this at level. Oh, the penalty was on actually the Highclimbers, so that brings the ball up to the 39-yard line. Lim and I had some good times doing football together in radio.
I sure miss him.
I do too.
I miss Lim. He came over to my house all the time talking about traffic safety.
Yeah.
Borrowing things from me, videos and things.
And yes, he is related to John Elway, if anybody was wondering.
Yep.
I just found that out.
So 2nd down, it looks like 1 for the Bulldogs. I don't know what we have a delay here now. Or were we discussing whether it was a false start or an encroachment or what on that last penalty? Yeah, but Lim was a pretty good football play-by-play guy, and he was thrown into it, actually. I can tell you a long story about that, too, but the owner of the radio station said we need a play-by-play guy, and Lim, you're going to do it. And Lim was a teacher. And he said, okay. And he did an awesome job.
Wow.
He worked color commentating, but it was a very interesting time. All right, so back to football here. North Mason with a 2nd down and 1. And a quick little dump off to Filer. Filer with a catch. And he lost the ball. Nope, actually he lost the ball. They say it's incomplete. And Filer a little slow at getting up.
Yeah, and the thing on that, you've got to go at least when you catch that ball.
Got to get a foot, have control.
Yeah, he almost had control, but if he had gone another step, maybe another 2 steps, then it would have been a fumble.
But no, it was incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and 1 from the 34. Simons at the end of the eye with Topolo in front of him. Filer on the near side, McCormick on the far side, I believe. Short drop, and down goes McIntyre. Wow. Highclimbers blitzed on that, and just nowhere to go for McIntyre. And it's 4th down. It's like 4th and 4 coming.
3 yards to go.
That's one thing we watched in the Jamboree, Jerry, that Port Angeles did to North Mason was just blitz. Gave no time for McIntyre to do anything.
And a Jamboree like that, it's not conducive to a run game anyway.
So we have a 4th down for North Mason. Highclimber 37. We call it 4th and 4. McIntyre under center, hand it off to Topolo. Topolo straight up the middle. And he gets the first down at the 30. And he was stood up there, but not after he got the first down. Woody Topolo, what a workhorse. So 1st and 10 for North Mason on the Highclimber 30-yard line. 6:49 and counting on the 3rd quarter clock. Can't talk. McIntyre turns around and says something to Topolo, but we have a timeout on the field.
Officials timeout?
Yeah, looks that way.
And I think in a Jamboree, like I said, it's not conducive to the run because you don't have to tackle them. It's just what you touch them.
Well, you didn't.
This probably is one of the reasons why I've underestimated North Mason coming into this game, and they have pretty well established a nice running game.
Well, you didn't hear the interview I did with Mark Smith. He was really kind of disappointed in the Jamboree because of the way it was run.
Right.
Because of the lack of tackling. Basically it was a game of touch is what he called it.
Yeah.
There were some pretty hard hits in that Jamboree. We saw.
Yeah, it did get rough a few times.
A few times.
It did.
All right, they wind the clock at 6:36 and counting. 1st and 10 for North Mason at the 30. McIntyre, turn around, hand it off to Simon. Simon's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Highclimbers are actually trying to strip the ball too.
Yeah. Simon's had a real good job, done a real good job tonight going around the ends. But up the middle, he hasn't had any success.
And it looks like we have Simons down again. And Pauline is back in there in his place, but they got to attend to Simons.
Well, Simons is down?
Yeah, I believe so.
So this is the 2nd time.
Yeah, there's a 2 on that jersey. You can barely, and this time he doesn't look like he's getting up as quick.
Simon definitely has a lot of speed. But I think they have better luck running Topolo up the middle.
Well, Topolo is usually good for a short power game.
Yeah,
and
4
Simons
yards.
is more the finesse and the speed. And again, there's I'm hoping this is just the whole leg cramp thing.
Yeah.
Lack of hydration.
Oxygen, hydration.
Yeah, that's usually what comes. Although from our perspective, we're all wearing coats and we're a little chilly. Except Jerry doesn't have a coat on. I almost didn't bring my little sweater. I call this my old man sweater.
But you're glad you did.
I'm glad I did. Because they're in the 2nd quarter going, I got to put that thing on.
Well, I've noticed in the past, I've always given Diedrich a bad time. Diedrich, aren't you going to put a coat on?
I tend to run very hot,
cold.
but
yeah.
you know.
And here I am tonight, not taking my own advice.
Yeah, you're like it's 80 degrees out here.
Yeah.
It's not 80 degrees out here.
He's dressed like it's 80 degrees out here.
Well, he does have layers on. You should have seen him last week when he's wearing shorts.
But
it was interesting to see Jerry in shorts. I don't think I've ever seen him in shorts before.
Yeah, he's wearing them now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
If somebody would like to bring me a coat, I'd appreciate it.
No, I don't think they're going to get here. Call your wife, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right, so they help Simons off the field again.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
Let's hope he's okay, or maybe they'll make him sit this time. And it's 2nd down, and it looks like almost 11. Ball back at the 31-yard line. McIntyre's going to go under center again. A receiver on each side. Boline in at the end of the eye to Polo the up back. Filer wide to the near side. McCormick to the far side. A throw to Filer. Filer, he slipped and fell, but they're going to call a pass interference on that one. Again, the pass was
it wasn't catchable.
Well, Filer wasn't even looking, and the ball was thrown in his direction, and he stopped and slid, and now they're going to get a pass interference.
Well,
interesting. But again, we have to remind everybody this is the first game for the referees as well. They have to, and the angle might not have been the greatest for that particular play.
And what's interesting too, that's the second pass interference on both teams. So they're even now, 2 apiece.
And how many timeouts do we have left, Jerry? We have one.
I think we had 1 timeout. Shelton
should have 3, and North Mason should have 2. Okay. In my mental head. So the penalty will bring the ball up inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason. Same formation. Filer, the wide out on the near side. Turn around, a little toss to Boline, and Boline gets it and manages to get maybe a yard or 2 out of that. That was a weird little toss, Jerry. It was really high in the air. I don't know if McIntyre was slipping or what.
Maybe it was just a
just kind of popped up.
Gain of about 2 on the 2 on the play.
Yep. Ball at the 14-yard line, 2nd and 8.
So he's basically taking Simon's place right now.
Yeah. He's number 2 on the depth chart. So McCormick and Filer will come wide to the near side. Filer, the guy on the outside. And number 33 is going to join them, and that's Avery Verleen. Single setback is to Polo. McIntyre's under center. Takes the snap, dropped it, picked it up and ran. Gets up to the 10. That was a heads-up play by McIntyre. He dropped the snap and picked it up. It bounced right back in his hand, and he just bowled his way forward. I don't know if it's designed that way.
It happened so succinctly, didn't it? I was almost like, wow, is it like a choreographed?
You never
about
know.
4 on the play.
Up to the 10-yard line. I don't know, Cheryl, it might have been designed to bounce it right back up to you. I don't know.
Sure, okay.
Hey, put it in the playbook, it works. So 3rd down, and it looks like 4 from the 10 for the Bulldogs. Baleen will be the single setback for the Bulldogs. DePolo goes in motion, and a toss goes to Baleen, and Baleen will get swallowed up by Hastings for the Highclimbers. Loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play.
They've read that pretty well both times.
Now we have a Highclimber slow to get up.
How common is it to get knocked back, the yardage? Like if you're trying to obviously go forward, but how common is it to get knocked backwards?
Depends on who's playing. And depends on the play, actually, and the defense.
And it depends a lot on if a team blitzes or not. You know, Shelton hasn't done a lot of blitzing tonight.
So as they attend to the downed Highclimber, number 15, he seems to be up. That's Gavin Nelson Ricker. Another leg cramp. This is what is pretty common early on in the season.
So we have ball carrier.
That was 33.
Okay, thank you.
So it's 4th down, and it looks like 7. Ball is back at the 13-yard line. Bulldogs come out. Highclimbers are still in their huddle at the sidelines.
Well, this is a...
Simons is back in there, Jerry. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing it out. Number 2 is out there for the North Mason, so look for a quick hit here. As he'll be the single setback.
Well, hopefully the ends could detain him and keep him inside. Because he's fast.
Russ, he is. And we have the trainer coming across the field. And, yeah. So the formation, the 3 wideouts from the outside in is Filer, Topolo, and McCormick. Again, Simons is the back behind McIntyre. And Topolo will come back to the eye. I think we're going to get a handoff here to Simons, Jerry, straight up the middle.
Nope, back to pass goes McIntyre, throws to the end zone, touchdown to Filer. No, actually it's McCormick, excuse me. McCormick just kind of sat down for the TD.
Number 11.
Yep. So North Mason takes an 18-12 lead.
You're saying Simons, Diedrich, is... I don't see him. Is he?
He's not on that roster.
Okay. Okay, good.
The rosters are so messed up.
How many yards was that pass play?
It was 13.
13. Thank you.
I was rolling back the tape in my mind. Sorry, I'm being a little odd right now. So 3:55 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs back on the board. They're going for 2. They're leading 18-12. Trying to bring the cup, the Mason County Cup, and the Axe back to Belfair. Bulldogs taking their time. Simons at the end of this full house backfield. Hand it off to Simons. Simons gets by one guy, can't get by Ellerton, and that'll be it. So the Bulldogs still can't convert on the 2-point conversion, but they do lead 18-12.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
And we're back here. 18-12 is our score in the 10th Mason County Cup. And there was a question, I'm sorry?
The question was, what's the highest spread in points or the highest amount of points scored between these two teams?
For Battle of the Axe.
The first cup, Shelton won 54-24.
So that would be in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the answer to your question, dude.
I can go in through a lot of scores because I have it on one of my sheets.
Yeah, because I know you read that off.
They're into kickoff for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think that was probably the worst score. So the Bulldogs got it teed up. Fuller and, is it Ellerton? And the wind still blows. I'm not sure what this delay is. I don't know.
Is it my imagination or the wind's a little warmer now, or is it because I'm so numb?
I think it's because you're so numb.
I think it's because you're so numb.
And folks, I have a little issue here with one of my devices being low, and I didn't plug it in. We have a delay here, so hopefully I can take care of this before they start to play again.
And what's the name of the kicker for?
It's number 33, Jerry.
And that would be?
Avery Bolin.
Oh, okay. And he's also one of the runners.
Yep.
Avery Balian.
Is it Balian?
Balian.
Balian.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
Well, that's what's on the roster. Just put it that way.
I know that North Mason's been having a tough time trying to kick off because of that wind. And
is there such a thing as a wind delay, or do you have to keep playing?
Yeah.
That's a good question, though.
Well, the only time I've ever seen a game canceled was back in 1964, the Columbus Day Storm.
Okay.
Oh my
and
gosh.
the lights went out. And that's the only time I've ever seen a football game
canceled. That was like 58 years ago.
Well, I was at the game, yeah. It was at Aberdeen. They were playing Kelso.
Well,
and just before the first kickoff, the lights went out.
Here's another story, and this is more recent.
Okay.
There was a football game between Shelton and North Thurston that was postponed because of wind.
Oh. Postponed.
That was, yeah, they played it on a Tuesday or a Monday or something, but it was just too much wind, and they said no.
And the North Kitsap game with Shelton was also, there was a wind problem.
Was it canceled or was it just delayed?
I think that was just delayed. But I remember that game, there was a real wind issue. That might have been canceled, or after, you know, halfway through the game or something like that. It's been many years ago.
All right, we're ready to kick some football here, or kick a football. Get back to some ball. We've been having a lot of good conversations, folks.
Well, we've had some time to do it.
So this is going to be our game that drags on because of the refereeing. We always have one. There's the kick.
I always have one.
We always have at least one. That one's going to be taken by Fuller at about the 17. Fuller on the run, getting the outside, the 40, 45, 50, cuts it up the middle and gets drugged down about the 45.
And he started off where?
18.
46. 47.
37-yard. Let's see where they marked it.
Put it at the 43.
First and 10.
39-yard run.
So each down is 10 yards, right?
Yes.
There's a handoff to Fuller. Fuller, a little juke and jive, and gets in the middle. And I lost my computer now. Boy, am I not doing well.
A gain of about, well,
I'm sorry,
4
I didn't
yards.
See that.
Diedrich, would this help? Okay.
No, I'm just dealing with some technical issues here. Another run by Fuller. Not much of a gain there.
Gain of about 2 on the play. So that makes it 3rd down. 4 yards to go.
All right. Okay. So 3rd down. I'm sorry, folks. I was distracted by technology. Batteries dying on me left and right.
That's what I was trying to help with that.
The snap and a handoff. Here's Fuller. Actually, this is Ellerton. Ellerton will drive inside the 20. Oh, boy. He gets down to the 16-yard line. Wow. Bradley Ellerton's having a game.
He is.
Just about a 20-yard gain for Ellerton.
Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10. Goods turn around, hand it off to Gilman. Gilman bounces it outside, then cuts it up the middle, and he'll drive inside the 10 to about the 6. That's what, an 11-yard pickup? 12-yard pickup. Boy, the Highclimbers are just getting into the running here.
That was Gilman, yeah. And that's the 14th first down for the Highclimbers.
Another quick snap, handoff to Fuller this time. He'll dive to the 5.
Fuller with a 1-yard gain there.
Short gain. It's going to be 2nd down and goal.
Second goal for the Highclimbers.
Just outside the 5. Menifee and Cordova go to the opposite end of the line. Goose out of the pistol, turn around, hand it off. Here's Fuller. Fuller tripped up, puts his hand down, stays on his feet, fights his way to the goal line. Did he get in? He did! Touchdown, Highclimbers.
5 yards.
Way to go.
Run.
We've got a tie ball game again. And Kaiser will come on to try and break the tie.
Yep.
1:47 to go, 3rd quarter.
Well, Cheryl, we're going to break the jinx here on the point after attempts, right?
Say that again?
Going to break the jinx here. They're going to make it.
My prediction is they will make it, yes.
Okay.
That's my
There's
prediction.
the snap, the spot, the kick. It's up. Did it go through? It did. Highclimbers take the lead.
Way to go, Shelton.
So,
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
Well, we're waiting for the kickoff here. And Shelton has taken his first lead of the season. 19-14.
You're right.
First lead of the game, first lead of the season. State the obvious, that's what we do, right? Jerry's off headsets and he doesn't know what we're talking about. We're talking about you, Jerry.
Oh, what did you say?
You're an awesome man.
You are?
And we're glad to be here.
We are?
Okay. I just said, Jerry, that Shelton has taken his first lead of the season.
Yeah.
A 1-point lead for Shelton. They're going to kick it back to the Bulldogs.
Well, they listened to me, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Take credit for that one. I lost my train of thought. Okay, it's 1:47 to go, third quarter. Kaiser will tee it up at the 40 to kick it back to the Highclimbers. Or, sorry, to the Bulldogs. Whoa, I'm losing my mind here.
So you were talking about me?
No, I'm just kidding, Jerry. And this time the ball falls off the tee for the Highclimbers. Melian and, is it Simons back out there?
Let's see.
Can't really tell from here.
It's hard to tell.
I'm thinking it is Simons back out there. Good to have him back. And here's the run up on the kick. It's a high end over end kick. Melian will take it to the 15. Actually, it was Filer. And he'll stop at the 25 and cut it back. And he's dropped at the 27. Good tackle there.
About a 15-yard return
by Skylar Smith with a good tackle. And the Bulldogs will start on their own at 28-yard line. Some late additions there to the huddle. Filer will come out wide to the near side. I'm assuming that's McCormick on the far side to Polo. And Simons is back in there, it looks like, Jerry. Definitely this time. And actually, it's going to be is it a keeper again or what? Actually, I take that back. It's not a 20. It's not a 2. It's a 22.
22.
Yeah, let's see if I have a 22. I don't have a 22 on either one of my rosters. So 2nd and 10 and no gain. I don't even know what happened there. It might have been another bad exchange between the center and the quarterback. Back to pass will go McIntyre. It's got some time. He'll throw. Man, there's Filer. Filer with the completion, and he's down the sidelines. Run out of bounds at the 20 by Ellerton. Dakota Filer with a, oh, wait a minute. We have a flag all the way back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's probably holding.
I think it's actually going to be a false start. I saw an indication of false start. It's coming back either way. What a beautiful play, though.
You know, one thing I've noticed.
No.
That would have been a, if that had been completed, that would have been a 44-yard pass play, run play.
It was an illegal man downfield. I don't know how you do that in that particular play situation, so that just negated a huge,
yeah,
huge.
44 yards, wow.
Wow.
Somebody just went a little too far downfield from that offensive line. Wow.
Costly penalty.
One thing I've noticed that this may be standard operating procedure, but it seems to me that they always go on one side or the other of the field. They hardly ever go down the middle. Is that do they do that for strategy purposes, or?
Yeah, that's the way
as far as the pass plays?
Yes.
You know, I just noticed something. Is it raining? Is there a little bit of
There's
moisture?
a little bit of drizzle.
It's like a little drizzle, little heavy fog or something.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so 2nd down and 15. Ball back at the 24-yard line for the Bulldogs.
That is right.
I thought I was seeing things, really.
No, I think you're right. I think it's a little either.
Must be fog. Hopefully it's fog and not...
I mean, if you can look at the lights.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I'm saying hopefully it's fog and not wildfire smoke. Yeah.
AB was just saying that there has been no wildfires this year up here.
Yeah, back to pass goes. Oh, he's going to dump one off there, and it's off target. He was, McIntyre was under pressure.
Yeah.
From pretty much the snap.
But he almost got it to number 11.
Yeah, McCormick was there just a little too far. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 from the 24.
Okay, Diedrich, I told Jerry this before, but I didn't tell you because you weren't here.
Okay.
But I have to brag on AB.
Okay, go ahead.
My kid. She graduated from high school a year early with her Associates of Arts and valedictorian.
Oh, wow.
You should be very proud of her. Which you are.
Oh, I don't think she's proud at all. There's no reason to be proud of that.
That's great.
All right, 3rd down, 15 from the 24 for North Mason. 3 receivers on the near side. McIntyre back to pass, under pressure. Hit as he threw, incomplete, it falls. Blaze Andrews, pressure all the way, and the McIntyre is slow to get up. That hurts.
Yeah, number 99, Blaze Andrews, has been playing both ways tonight, too. And great pressure by him.
Yeah, you get the 270-pound man falling on you. That's not, it's not easy. Fourth and 15 for North Mason. Another gamble here, or are we going to boot it?
Oh, this is not a run situation.
Well, Simons is in there with Topolo with the up guys. And, oh, a bad snap. It's over the head of McIntyre. He's got to get to it, and he bobbles it. Oh, it's out of the end zone. I don't think it's a touchdown. I think it's going to be a safety. It is a touchdown. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Who got that? Is it Gilman that got there? I think it was Connor Gilman that got there for the touchdown. Wow. It's just kind of, the wheels kind of fell off for North Mason right there.
Well, 1 turnover per team. That was a costly one.
Yes, it was.
Point after attempt by Kaiser as Shelton has taken the lead and actually expanded on their lead. They're now 25-18. Kaiser looking to make it 26. There's a snap. It's a low snap, and Menifee's got to throw it, and it falls incomplete. And, well, we only had one. Point after attempt that was successful. Yep. With 31 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Shelton now leads 25 to North Mason's 18.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Well, what an exciting exchange of plays there. A bad snap on a 4th down, a punt, and it goes in the end zone, and Connor Gilman gets it in possession just before he rolled out of bounds for the touchdown, and Highclimbers now lead 25-18.
Well, one created a touchdown, the other fumble stopped a touchdown. So they both were very costly, one apiece. No interceptions tonight. And what a tale of two halves.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Shelton, I think Shelton only threw one pass this half. And they completed it. But
yeah, one completed pass.
Yeah.
So Filer and Balian are back deep for the Bulldogs, standing about their, 13, 14-yard line. Filer on a near side.
And Brendan's Kaiser's kickoffs have been averaging about 40 to 45 yards apiece, especially the last couple.
Here's the run up and the kick. Another high kick that's going to drive Filer into the end zone, and that'll come out to the 20.
And that was the longest kickoff tonight, 60 yards.
So when the kickoff is not returned, they get it at the 20, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 20-yard line.
Nice kickoff by Brendan Kaiser.
See if the Bulldogs can rebound from their last offensive set, where they did have a big play that was called back by one of the, I don't know what you call that. It's one of the most, the worst mental breakdown penalty is a guy going a little too far downfield. And so McIntyre will go under center with that I formation. Balian in the backfield to take the pitch. Working around the left side and runs into a wall of red.
They're good at, Shelton is good at defense. They will all come to
the ball.
Is that
chase the ball? They run to the ball.
Zone defense? Is that called zone defense, or is that different than that?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think so. You know, I just noticed something, folks. Both the bands are here from North Mason and Shelton.
That's unusual.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. Well, there's a hold on that play.
Yep.
It's going to be refused, and it'll be 2nd down.
And a loss of 2 on the play.
Only one, Jerry. It's back to 19.
Yeah, you're right.
So McIntyre will split the receivers wide to each side, out of the I. Not sure who's in the backfield right now. Get the handoff. That is Simons again. Getting around the outside, got a blocker in front. Breaks it to the sidelines, tries to reverse the field, still in bounds on his feet. And he'll run out of bounds about the 40, 42-yard line. Make it the 41. And there's going to be a hold on that was a block. Going to be a hold coming back.
And that'll be 10 yards from the point of
the infraction.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see where they mark it. Nice run. Wow.
It was a nice run. It was
very shifty.
Yeah, it was the block that sprung him there about the 22, 23-yard line that they're going to flag, because that was basically a takedown. Can't take him down. You can't block and take it down.
What are those uniforms doing all that there?
That's Central Mason Fire. They always have at least one crew here.
Okay, just in case. That's probably a good idea.
Great idea, yeah.
There's what is that, engine 5.8 over there? And one of the units out there.
I didn't see that, okay.
It's all right, Cheryl. You're more focused on the game.
I know, and the cheerleaders.
And the cheerleaders. So a 10-yard penalty will bring the ball back to the 13-yard line for North Mason. Still 2nd down. Negating another big run by Trevon Simons. And he's
I've been really pleased with Simons. His running ability, shiftiness.
And now we have another whistle. And what do we have? Oh, it's the end of the quarter. Well, we're through 3 quarters. Highclimbers have the lead, 25-18. We'll head to the final 12 minutes. Wait a minute, we better keep it right here. Maybe they have to run another play. I always love these untimed plays. That's what they're gonna do.
So they're gonna put some more time on the clock?
No, they'll just run an untimed play.
This is an untimed down since there was a penalty as time ran off the clock.
That makes sense.
Yeah, sure. They didn't stop the clock with the penalty, and they should have.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't really paying attention, but that's the only reason they would have to untimed down. It is second down and 27. And a handoff. Here's Simons again. He'll slip one tackle. He's going to run into red.
Yeah, we got a flag.
And another flag on the other side.
Looks like it. Let's see.
I'm going to call it a river of red from now on. And now we'll get the end of the quarter. Do we have a flag or what?
Well,
I think that's the end of the quarter. Okay. Now we'll take our timeout. We'll be back with the last 12 minutes of this game.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC. High school football season is upon us, and Mason Web TV powered by HCC has a dozen games on its broadcast schedule. 10 featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and at least 3 with the North Mason Bulldogs. Business owners, you can show your support for student athletes by becoming a broadcast sponsor. We have 3 levels of sponsorship that will put your business in front of our viewers. So email, call, or text right now and you can be in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV powered by HCC.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Yes, give each of them a...
Oh, it's always fun working with Jerry when he's got his fans in the crowd. He's talking to people. So we're ready for the fourth quarter. 25-18 is our score. Shelton on top, North Mason with a 3rd and 17 at their own 13-yard line. Bulldogs kind of imploding a little bit, going the wrong way.
Yeah.
After that bad snap on the punt, I think things have just turned the tide here. So McIntyre goes under center again. He's going to pass. He's going to be chased by Andrews. He's going to keep it, try to get some positive yards, gets back to the 20, and that'll be 4th and 10.
Yeah, he gained about 7 on that play.
As the clock runs here in the fourth quarter. I don't think the Bulldogs have an answer for Blaze Andrews.
And, Phoenix Olachia there on the tackle for the Highclimbers. Sorry, Olachia on the tackle for the Highclimbers.
All right, so it's 4th and 10, and it looks like we might have another punt formation for the Bulldogs. McIntyre back there to kick it away. And it looks like Bradley Elliton is standing about the 46-yard line waiting for this punt, assuming that there is going to be a punt. There's the snap. This time McIntyre gets a punt off that'll hit at the 50. Elliton will let it bounce, roll to the 35 where he picks it up, gets to the 40, to the 50. There's a flag on the play, and he'll get up to the 41. That's going to be a clip in the backfield.
That's going to be a clip? Is that what you said?
A clipping penalty,
Yeah,
yes.
that's where they get him right in the leg right here.
Okay.
Well, that's what the signal is. It's basically being a block in the back.
Yeah. And we haven't seen that called too much.
No.
So cheerleaders, let's take a second to introduce
Interesting, I have a story about a Ferndale football game where a clip on a long pass was a difference in the game, and the referees did not call it because it's in Ferndale. And Ferndale at the time, this was 96, I think, and at the time was just a powerhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And
Ferndale has been a powerhouse. Not so much anymore.
Right.
Linden, I think, is basically the powerhouse up the right. Yeah.
Well, I remember, I think it was Mount Vernon and Linden, and I watched it and I called the clip, but there was no flag. I could see it from where I was standing in the press box. So the penalty, we're going to have a targeting penalty on that. Okay, so we have offsetting penalties here. I'm confused. I didn't see what happened there. They could put the ball to 21. I guess there were 2 penalties on that play.
That's the second time that's happened tonight. Offsetting.
It wasn't offsetting. There were 2 penalties on
Shelton?
I guess.
Yeah, it had to be then.
Hand off to Fuller this time, working the left side.
Yeah, that was both against Shelton. You're right.
And he fought his way up to the 24-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Okay, Jerry.
Yeah.
So they have 2 sets of jerseys, right? They have a home jersey and an away jersey.
Right.
So they also have, Shelton also has a white jersey with red numbers on it, I guess? Okay.
Fuller with a handoff there, and he was tripped up by Filer in the backfield, and a loss of a couple yards on that play. And I want to correct you guys, there's actually 5 uniforms.
5?
There's 5 uniforms. If you check Facebook, there's an explanation of all the different, well, maybe it's not 5, it's different combinations. Another handoff to Fuller. Fuller straight up the middle, and he'll get to just shy of the 30. The Booster Club's Facebook page has a picture of all the combinations. I think there's 5 combinations of jerseys. Okay. I could be wrong. I'm just remembering it.
That's a lot.
Well, it's red and white, and then
they got the black
and the red pants and the white jerseys, and and things like that. Hand off to Gilman this time, but there's going to be a flag, and the play's not going to happen. It was 4th and 1. I didn't realize that. And a false start.
In the NFL, Diedrich, a team is limited to a maximum of 3 jerseys in a given year. So they have 1 alternate, 1 for away, and 1 for home.
Okay.
That's pretty crazy.
Check out the Booster Club's Facebook page, and I believe there's a picture of all the combinations for all their. I think I want to say there's 5 different combinations.
Wow.
White and black, white and red, red and white, red and black. So
because of different pants. Yeah, this is just the jerseys that I was looking at. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's 4th and 6, and Goose is on to punt it. Gets a high short punt that'll bounce to the 42, and Gabe Menifee will down it there. What are we going to say?
22-yard punt. Looked like he almost got it.
Somebody got to it.
Might have got a hand on it.
So the Bulldogs will start on the Shelton 41-yard line with 9:06 to go and trailing 25-18.
And this is the best field position that North Mason has had tonight to start.
So Simons is back in there. I see number 2 in the huddle. McFarland just came in. They tied in. It's a good target for McIntyre. Filer will go wide to the far side. McCormick will come wide to the near side. McFarland, the tight end, at the end of the line on this side. Topolo gets the handoff, however, and he squirts straight up the middle for 3 yards to the 38. I'm glad this moisture that's in the air is not coming into the stands the way it's flying around out there.
Yeah, it is.
So 2nd and 7 for North Mason. Simons again at the end of the eye. He'll take the handoff, and he's wrapped up by Andrews.
right at the point of when he got the ball, practically, and no gain at all. Be third down.
I believe the tackle was made by Daniel Tausa?
That was Blaze Andrew, 99, Jay.
Yeah, and I think number 70 was in there on it, too.
Okay.
Blaze Andrews is playing quite a game, isn't he?
I don't think that the Bulldogs can. They have an answer for him.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
At least not late in the game.
And he had a great season last year, too.
Yeah. So third and, well, they're going to call it 8. So I guess he lost a yard on that. McIntyre hands it off to Simons again, and again he runs into a pack. Bleth in there. Andrews in there. At the bottom of the pile, I believe it's Perez. Nope, that's Tausa, but there's a flag at the end of the play. That was a river of red. I'm going to keep that in my
I think that's a really, you're keeping in your repertoire. I think it's,
I think it's going to stay in there. Another, that was a hit, that penalty was a hit to the head, so there's 15 yards added to the end of that play. And a first down for North Mason.
That was a big one.
A personal foul.
That's the second one tonight.
Yeah, well, that was actually, that was the hit to the head, not a targeting helmet to helmet, that was a hit to the head. It's a difference, but still personal foul.
Okay. There's still 15 yards?
Yeah, there's still 15 yards. Unless I'm wrong. So that's a break for the Bulldogs, who are kind of stalling a little bit. They move the ball up to the 21-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for North Mason. McCormick at the bottom of the screen. Oh boy, what a big penetration. Ball comes free. Highclimbers have it. Blaze Andrews, this strip snap. Actually, they're going to call that an incomplete pass. Oh. Blaze Andrews had all that. He had him wrapped up, pulled him down, and they're going to, they say, that's what they're saying. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
I believe Les jumped on that ball, either that or Heising, but either way, it's going to be a timeout on the field by North Mason. If you are enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter with the handle @MasonWebTV. Also consider subscribing to Mason Web TV's YouTube channel and hit that bell to be notified the next time we go live. And we are now on the new video streaming. Well, it's not new. It's Twitch video streaming. I believe it's made by, owned by Amazon, I do believe. Just another way that we put our broadcasts out for everybody to see.
Have you been keeping track of the timeouts?
I believe that's their second. Could be their third, but I think it's their second timeout. North Mason, that is. Yeah. And they'll have a 2nd down and 10 coming out of the timeout. 7.5 minutes, 7:33 actually left on the game clock. Trailing by a touchdown are the Bulldogs, with the 2nd and 10 from the 21 of Shelton.
Boy, those 2 penalties on one play really cost Shelton.
So Filer goes wide to the far side, McCormick wide to the near side, Topolo the up back, Simons the I back at the end, and McIntyre will go under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Simons. Simons runs into a couple of Highclimbers and maybe gets a yard.
Simmons on the carry for the Bulldogs. Gain a 1 yard there.
I'm really surprised that they're not running Simon to the outside more.
Well, maybe they're setting it up, Jerry. 3rd and 9 from the 20. Well, the other thing is he's got to get to the outside, because the pursuit of the Shelton defensive line has been pretty outstanding here in the second half.
Improved.
And
it has.
The second half.
You're right. It has improved.
Back to pass. Quick drop. Oh, nice target and a completion to McFarland. Just enough to get the first down, I think.
Yeah, McFarland, that's his 3rd completed pass to McFarland. Big target.
Oh, it's going to be just short by a yard. That's 4th and 1. Ball's at, well, the 12.
for the Bulldogs.
And there's going to be a timeout. This time Shelton will take a timeout.
9 yards on that. Makes it 4th down and a yard to go.
Okay, another riddle.
Okay.
What do skunks keep in the bank?
Just as a reminder, as you're heading out today.
Where are you finding these things?
I love jokes, not the riddles. They're dollars and cents.
Okay. Comedy on that.
Yeah, my little comic relief.
Comic relief here. Okay.
Well, McFarland, are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
McFarland, boy, there's been a lot of delays in this game.
I tell you, we always have at least one game that just is a slow pace.
Very.
And this is going to be it. I'm going to predict it now. We won't have another one like this. It's the first game.
Yeah,
it's the first
wow.
game.
Got to get everything together. Usually
Right.
it's like the second or the third game that we have one that just drags on.
Yeah, McFarland has been the leading receiver for North Mason. He's caught 3 passes.
So 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs on the Shelton 12-yard line. It's going to be the same formation. Filer wide to the top of the screen and McCormick wide to the lower part. I formation, Simons at the end of the I to follow the up back. McIntyre goes under center, taking his time. Settles in, takes the snap, turns around, hands it out to Simons. Simons just swallowed up and knocked down and nowhere to go after he got that handoff. Left was one guy that got there.
Blaze Andrews.
Perez, I think, was in there. It was just like three high climbers just took him out. And over on downs it goes. The high climbers take over.
Despite several costly penalties by Shelton, they got the ball.
So they're going to start out on their own 14-yard line. 6:17 to go in the ball game, and they're leading 25 to 18.
And I'm assuming that they're going to keep the ball on the ground.
Oh, I would think so. Mario Boxley is in there as a fullback. And a little toss to Fuller. Fuller is going to be cut down after receiving that toss. And it was McIntyre, I believe. Actually, no, yes, it was McIntyre with the tackle there, and a loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, loss of 4 or 5.
Back to the 10, so it's going to be 2nd down and 14.
Okay.
Move the camera so everything can be seen. A handoff this time to Fuller up the middle, trying to get those yards back, and he might have got one. Good tackle there by number 55. And that's Keaton Crank.
You brought out an interesting thing about our runners. That was the first loss for our runners as far as tonight. A loss of 4 by Fuller on that one.
Okay.
Basically, it's all been positive yards for Shelton on the running game.
So 3rd down and 13 from the 11. Out of the gun will go Goose.
Oh.
Didn't cross the plane.
Yeah,
and now they're going to play.
Yeah, he was in the neutral zone.
Was he? He was really slow on that flag, though.
Yeah.
So that'll be a quick 5 for the high climbers. Oh, no, it's a delay of game on the high climbers.
Oh.
Why a delay of game?
They have 25 seconds to get the playoff.
Okay.
Oh.
And
well, I was wrong. I thought, yeah.
So they took longer than they were allotted.
Right.
Yeah.
That never happens, does it? I mean, even in, it does happen in NFL.
It's the first time it's happened tonight.
If you look at the guy here in the referee, the furthest one upfield.
Yes.
At, I think with 5 seconds left, he raises his arm.
Okay.
Or he's supposed to. Goes back to pass. He pumps and he goes long to Menifee. Menifee's there with a catch.
All right, good job.
And gets out of bounds at the 35. First down for the high climbers.
How many yards? Let's see.
That was
25 yards.
Nah, 20.
Nice catch. Nice route.
Here's a handoff to Fuller. Fuller gets into the secondary and into Bulldog territory all the way down to the 33. Big pickup there. And the clock will start running again.
32-yard run by Fuller. Good for another first down. That's the 16th first down for the Highclimbers.
Really? Wow.
Out of the gun will go Goose. Hand it off this time to Ellerton. Ellerton will scamper his way up the middle and muscle out about 6 yards, 7 yards. Inside the 30 to the 28, 27. So go with 2nd and 4. Again, out of the gun will go Goose. Hand it off to Ellerton. Ellerton working the left side. Makes some contact at the 25.
Just short of a first down.
Looks like it'll be 3rd and 2.
Yep. Gain of 2.
Highclimbers are not in any hurry here.
No.
Ellerton will come out. I think this is Gilman in. He'll take the handoff. Bounce around the near side. And he'll run into, he didn't quite get in there, did he?
He ran out about the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
Looks like. Let's see what
actually, he's going to spot it at the 6.
6-yard line. Ooh,
but Connor Gilman with a good run. And there's another injury on the Filer headed to the sidelines on a limp for the Bulldogs. But here's a 1st and goal from the 6. Hand it off to Gilman. Gilman got the running room, dives for the end zone and gets it in there.
6-yard touchdown run by Gilman.
Actually, there it is. There was a late call on the late signal. So it makes it 31 to 18. 3:21 to go in the ball game.
In other words, they hadn't recognized it when I said it. They hadn't recognized it yet, had they?
They didn't make the official signal, no.
Yeah.
So Kaiser's on to kick the point after. Again, the holder is Menifee. There's snap, spot, the kick. That one looks good.
Way to go.
And it is good. Making it 32 to 18. The Highclimbers extend their lead.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live high school sports broadcasts in Mason County. Join us every week this school year for another exciting game. If you want to be part of future broadcasts, contact Mason Web TV right now and become a community broadcast partner. A simple phone call, text, or email can put you in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
So we're back here at Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium. 32 to 18. The scoreboard just went dark. Interesting, they played this touchdown graphic and it went away.
Yeah, it was really neat how the graphics on it, and then all of a sudden
it killed the scoreboard. Oh boy. Well, we know there was about, what, 3:18 left, something like that?
Yes, it was 3:21 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled the plug upstairs? I don't know. Another thing to delay this game is the scoreboard.
I love the graphics after that touchdown, though.
Somebody might have downloaded something that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've all done that.
Would they call a game because of the scoreboard?
Oh, no.
They'd hold do the time down on the field.
Okay.
They're back.
Now they're back. 3:21.
And you were right. 3:21.
Yep.
I'm a tax accountant. I know numbers.
I could tell.
So it's 32 to 18. North Mason, well, they're in a little bit of a hole here with not a lot of time. and to get this ball back. But they got to get some positive yards as they were going backwards. Had excellent field position the last possession, just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah.
Now here's a question. I don't think I've ever seen a delay of game on a kickoff.
A delay of game
on the kickoff.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't, yeah.
And here's the kick. Another high end-over-end kick. This will be taken inside the 10 at about the 8 by Ballinen. And he'll get across the 20 to the 21.
Nice kickoff, 52 yards by Brendan Kaiser.
So the Bulldogs will have 78 yards to go for pay dirt in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. You can actually spot it at the 22.
Well, I think North Mason is going to ditch the running game right now and go passing, get passing. Almost have to.
I've got McCormick wide to the near side. Filer is not in there, I don't believe.
Why would you say that, Jerry? They'd almost have to.
Well, you got a lot of points to get, and you got a little bit amount of time. Pass over to McCormick, nearly intercepted, but it gets through, and McCormick will spin his way to the 45. So it'll be 1st and 10 for North Mason at the 45 now.
A 23-yard pass completion to McCormick.
Wind the clock. Under 3 minutes remaining. McIntyre under center. Out of the eye. Back to pass he goes again. Got to get on the run. Throws downfield. Got McCormick there. Oh, just out of reach. And McCormick comes up limping. I don't think something happened there, and he couldn't get that one out to get that. That's just out of his reach, and he's still a little hobbled, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is.
So 2nd and 10 from the 45, and McCormick is headed to the sidelines. So let's see who we have out there. Julian Ellis is a receiver on the far side. And the Bulldogs taking a lot of time here, although the clock is stopped at 2:46. Back to pass goes McIntyre. He's got to pull it down and run. Gets pulled down from behind.
Gain him about 3 on the play.
Yeah, Trevor rode back with the tackle there. It's 3rd down and 6 from the 49. McIntyre dumps it off and in off the hands of Heising, actually intended for Ellis.
Who was on the coverage on that?
Heising, 36.
Okay.
So brings up 4th and 6 from the 49. 2:22 to go in the ball game. Shelton with a 32-18 lead. North Mason with the ball.
Refs are having a hard time with the ball. Must be.
Hurry up offense.
Well, they're not hurrying too much here. 32 comes wide. That's Kyle Worseth. He's to the bottom of the screen. Again out of the eye goes McCormick. Back to pass. Here comes a blitz. He'll dump it off. It's intercepted.
All right.
And there he goes the other way. The interception by number 29. Of course, that has to be one of the names I have down. That is Phoenix Olishay is how you pronounce that.
2nd turnover for North Mason.
2nd turnover.
1 fumble, 1 interception.
Wow.
And that was a screen play.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
It did not work.
What is this going on down here?
There goes the clock again.
It's after they put up the intercept, the
graphics are killing. They're killing the scoreboard. Yeah. 2:12 to go in the ball game. Shelton has the ball back. They're on the North Mason 22-yard line. Goose is going out of the gun. 3 receivers the far side, 1 on the near side. He'll kind of little pitch it to Fuller, but there was a false start there. They stopped that play.
How many timeouts does North Mason have?
I think they're out of timeouts at this point.
Okay, so
if they have one left, you would think they start using it, but they got, the Highclimbers have to run their offense here.
North Shelton is just going to run the ball now?
I don't know. Referee has to pick up his flag after. How they're going to pick up that flag? So there's no penalty. So 2:10 to go in the ball game. 32-18 is the score. Shelton with the lead in the ball. The Highclimbers have a 1st and 10 at the North Mason 22. Another the same play they tried to run a little bit ago. And here's Fuller dancing his way. He's going to score. Boom. 38.
22-yard touchdown run by Fuller.
You're doing the AP stuff, the PA stuff, there, right?
Oh, too loud, okay.
Yeah. So Fuller extends the lead to 38-18. And Kaiser's on there to kick the point after. Let's see if they'll kill the camera with this touchdown.
Yeah,
graphic.
I'm looking at it too.
Yeah, well, I don't think it reboots as fast. Oh, they're holding the axe. Okay. There's the snap, the spot, and the kick. I think that did sneak in. So it's now 39-18. 2:01 remains in the ballgame.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
So if there was some doubt coming in to this game and a little bit in the first half, the Highclimbers have kind of shut that down at this point and extended their lead 39-18. Pretty much put it out of reach for the Bulldogs.
2:01 left.
Yep.
Doesn't something special happen at 2 minutes?
No,
with the
not
clock?
in high school.
Not in high school.
Only in the professionals, so they have the 2-minute warning. Okay, so
next Thursday is a football game against White.
So just over 2 minutes remaining in the ball game, and Highclimbers are going to kick it back to the Bulldogs. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot of younger Highclimbers out there for the last 2 minutes of this game.
Just so they have playing experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my prediction. And again, we're taking a lot of time to get this ball kicked back to the Bulldogs. And here is the kick. More of a line drive that will be picked up at the 12. And Malian will get up just shy of the 25 on the return.
Like Skylar Smith made that
So the Bulldogs come out with a 1st and 10 on the 25.
So now the Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 from their 25-yard line.
With 1:48 remaining in the ball game. See what the Bulldogs are going to do here and see how they respond.
Well, they have no choice. With the pass.
And we have the final timeout for the Bulldogs taken. So I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
So 1:48 remains in the ball game. North Mason has the ball on their own 25-yard line with the 1st and 10, trailing at 39-18. Seen a lot of new numbers out there, Jerry.
Yeah.
I think on both ends. I don't think that it's going to be McIntyre. No, it's not. It's number 85 running the show for the Bulldogs. And I don't have. Do I have a 25? There's a pitch to number 23. That's Julian Elias. I don't have both my sheets. I don't seem to find a 85. Ellis will get what looks like 4 yards up to the 29 on that run.
That was Trevor Rodeback on the tackle there for the
Clock is running with 1:20 to go in the ball game. Still in the I formation. And a pass that's going to fall incomplete.
Incomplete?
Yeah. That'll stop the clock with 1:09 remaining. Oh, do we have a penalty? Going to march the ball back, so I guess we had a penalty on that. I guess it was a false start. So it's 2nd and 11 from the 24 for North Mason. And they'll wind the clock as we go under a minute. Another handoff to Ellis. Ellis has just dropped there at the 27-yard line after, what, a 3-yard pickup. Oh, may give him 4, Jerry.
That was a Tensio carrier for the Bulldogs. Jason Castaneda on the stop for the Highclimbers. Brings up 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
So we approach 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. And a 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Back to pass this time. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted.
Interception. Unbelievable.
And this is Kaiser. Brendan Kaiser on the pick and the return.
And that's the 3rd turnover for North Mason. 2 interceptions.
And there's a penalty.
There's a flag.
On the
Yeah, it's probably going to be like unsportsmanlike at this point.
Yeah.
There's a penalty flag on the play, but probably after the play.
Kaiser returned it to the 12-yard line off that interception. 13 seconds remaining in the ball game. I'm curious to know what this little chain thing is, because I haven't seen that before.
Where?
Like, on some players, it's like a turnover clock or something. I don't know. They're working out the... Yeah, it's an unsportsmanlike penalty on North Mason, so that'll be half the distance.
How do you know this?
How do I know?
How do you know all this? I mean...
Been doing this for a long time. We just know.
Sportsmanlike conduct, ball halfway.
So that'll put the ball at the 6-yard line.
It'll be first down and goal to go for the Highclimbers.
So first and goal. I'm thinking that Goose is just going to take a knee here.
What happened?
I would think he would. Sportsmanship.
What happened to bring the penalty about? I totally missed all of that.
Somebody said something, did something. Yeah, there's a knee taken. And that'll do it. That'll do it for the ball game, and the final score is going to be 39-18. And the Mason County Cup and the Axe stays in Shelton. We will have a presentation here shortly, I believe. So where's the cup? It's usually brought out, or well, it's a final here in Shelton. The Highclimbers knock off the Bulldogs in the 10th Mason County Cup, taking the battle for the Axe. Somebody score 39-18. I'll take a timeout. We'll be back, and Jerry will have some final statistics for us, and we'll wrap this thing up. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. High school football season is upon us, and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has a dozen games on its broadcast schedule. 10 featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and at least 3 with the North Mason Bulldogs. Business owners, you can show your support for student athletes by becoming a broadcast sponsor. We have 3 levels of sponsorship that will put your business in front of our viewers. So email, call, or text right now, and you can be in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
Well, it's a final here at Jack Stark Field, Highclimbers Stadium. The Shelton Highclimbers keep the Mason County Cup in Shelton with a 39-18 win over North Mason in the battle for the Axe. And we let Jerry do his addition and stuff. And Cheryl, your impressions. What do you think?
My impressions, I think that this is a very good team. I think they've got a lot to learn, and I think that they're under some good leadership. I also think that North Mason really learned a lot about teamwork and things together. They made a couple of mistakes at the very beginning, but both teams were just really coagulated. I don't even know if that's the right term at the end.
Yeah, they came together a little bit, but you know they kind of imploded a little bit. But you learn from your mistakes, and that's part of what sports is all about, is learning to deal with adversity and loss.
And that was the philosophy of the coach for North Mason. He says, we're going to make a lot of mistakes this year, but we're going to learn from them. And, you know, I thought North Mason played a real good first half.
They did.
I think the thing is your numbers. I think they just got really tired for one thing.
Right.
You look at the number of players that suited up for North Mason compared to Shelton. And I think it was a fatigue factor there in the second half.
You know what, Jerry? You're exactly right, because I counted 23 on their team, on North Mason, and over 50 on ours. So, yeah, I think that's a good point.
I think the other thing is, and you made a really good comment, Diedrich, about Shelton adjusting defensively in the second half.
Right.
They were able to stop Simon from going to the outside. They made a really good adjustment there, and that made a big difference. He's fast, you know, as shown in the one touchdown that he made, 57 yards. But yeah, I was impressed with Simons.
Are you ready? You got your statistics done, or you need more time?
I got to be. Let me start with Shelton this time.
Okay, go ahead.
That was pretty easy to figure out. Shelton had 17 first downs.
Yeah.
Pretty equal. 9 in the first half, 8 in the second half. Shelton was 8 for 15 in the passing game. They only passed twice in the second half, and they completed both passes. Shelton ran the ball well in the second half. They just completely changed their philosophy. Shelton had 85 yards passing. I have them down for about 242 yards running. That's a total of 327 yards total. Gilman, Fuller, and Ellington, all three did a great job tonight. Fuller had a great second half running.
Yeah.
Ellington had a great first half and had a really nice 25-yard run at the beginning of the second half. So you're looking at 321 yards total. Here's the rundown on the scoring. The other thing that hurt was in the second half, when they got behind, North Mason did, they had to throw the ball a little bit more.
Right.
And you were mentioning, Cheryl, why don't they run it? Well, you just don't have time if you run the ball to try to make up 2 touchdowns. You've got to go to the air. And that's why we saw 2 interceptions there, 3 turnovers altogether by North Mason.
Because
Shelton
they were
only
doing
had
it.
1.
They were doing it fast, and they didn't have time to think about it. Is that?
No, Shelton knew what was happening. Shelton knew that they had to pass more. So they were I was impressed with North Mason, with a couple of their players. I thought their quarterback was very, very evasive.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with their tight end, number 81. I thought he did a nice job tonight. He and number 81
Mr. McFarland?
and number 11. They both did well.
Mr. McCormick.
As far as North Mason had 11 first downs. They were 5 for 13 in the passing game. As far as the running, Simon, of course, was the leading rusher. He picked up a total of Second half, he only picked up like 20-some yards compared to 50-some in the first half. So that was the key there. North Mason just had a real tough time in the second half as far as passing and running. So, to be honest with you, I'm having to guess a little bit on their running. But their leading ball carrier was Simon. And I was surprised that they went away from Topolo a little bit. I thought maybe they would have had him go up the middle a little bit more. He seemed like he was able to get at least 3 or 4 yards on every carry.
Right.
But
well, you know, like I said, Topolo is more like your short yardage guy, not your big sprint.
But, you know, hats off to Shelton the second half. They really made a nice adjustment defensively. And like I said, they ran the ball.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next game. You're probably going to talk about that, huh?
Right. You're done with your statistics then?
I am.
Cheryl, you have anything to add before we wrap this thing up? No? Okay. Well, next week, Shelton heads to White River for a Thursday night game, while North Mason has their home opener against Stillicum on Friday night. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, plans to broadcast both games next week. Again, the 10th Mason County Cup in battle for the Axe goes to Shelton with a 39-18 win over North Mason.
Congratulations, Shelton.
Yeah, they keep the cup here for another year.
Yeah.
Oh, that rhymes. Didn't mean it to be that way, but okay.
It was an exciting game. Long game.
It was a long game.
A long game.
Yeah.
But think about how much training those referees got.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we got to get out of here before they kick us out, and we will talk to you next Thursday for the Shelton game and Friday for the North Mason game.
Thank you, Diedrich.
Yeah, thank you, Diedrich.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, was made possible by Mason Health. United community, empowered people, exceptional health. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate in Shelton. When it comes to real estate, there's no substitute for local knowledge. The Shelton Highclimbers Football Booster Club, benefiting players in the Shelton High School football program by raising funds, organizing volunteers, and building community support. And by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected since 1934.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.